Look at this. Wow. Fate, you got a tiny little skull.
Got a tiny brain.
Hello. So apparently Starkitty / Ray was having a conversation with Philip. And, of course, over there we had Druid RL / Fern was showing off Chonkapillar. And Fate and I are the ones with skull coffee cups. Yes.
Yar. That's what I almost was at the end of the last episode.
Hello, very much. You much too. Hello, you very much.
Hello, you very much too. Yes. So, hello everybody. So sorry we're late. Could have been worse because we've had. I won't go into the deets, but bottom line is we've had. We're waving. I've had internet issues today that we didn't really even get resolved until like 15 minutes before, like not that long ago.
So we apologize ahead of time if for some reason the stream just drops.
Yeah. That's the thing is there could be some sort of thing going on. Like we basically had to provision 2 different new cable modems, and we eventually settled back on the number 2. So we had our original. We swapped it out to get a second one. We couldn't quite get that one working properly through my router, but we were able to pseudo get it working properly with our phones.
So we're wireless.
And so then I decided, well, okay, if this isn't working the way I want, then I'm gonna go buy a cable modem at Best Buy. So we rushed to Best Buy, got the cable modem, came back, installed it. That one won't work at all, doesn't do squat. And then, so we decided, well, I want to stream tonight and she has to work Monday morning. We need internet. So we went ahead and had them so that was cable modem number 3. Cable modem number 2, even though they provisioned cable modem number 3, apparently it didn't work. So we went back to cable modem number 2, which was provisioned earlier today. And it turned out that I had not plugged in the hard connect to one of the computers improperly, and that they got it working. It was actually working. The thing is, if they provisioned the third one and it suddenly starts working, it might dump this one off. So we might just suddenly lose connection tonight. If it happens, I apologize to you guys. We will make it up some way next week on stream. The story will continue. But yeah, it was a pain in the arse. But that happens sometimes. Worst Buy. Yeah, no, it wasn't Worst Buy's fault. Worst Buy. It wasn't Best Buy's fault. The cable modem that we got is probably a good one. Although I didn't realize until after I bought it that it's actually missing a way to connect to an external router. So I'm going to take it back anyway. And so yeah. Worst by accurate though for many things. That's true, yeah. So what I like about Best Buy is going to Best Buy and looking at the things and then ordering them online. I think everybody does.
Yep.
So, any rate.
But in not D&D related news, I got something in the mail yesterday that I wanted to show off to everybody because
before you show it off, tell the backstory.
So the backstory behind this is I kickstarted a video game. It's a farming simulator game called Critter Crops. It's not out yet completely, so it's still in development. But I got my physical rewards yesterday. Got a sticker sheet, I got a pin, and I got ready? This. Got a little leaf, it's a little kitty pumpkin. I told you you would love it, Druid.
It's adorable, isn't it? Little kitty pumpkin.
That's great.
It's got a little tail and everything.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh God, my heart just exploded.
Isn't that adorable?
And I think
I'm sweating now.
I think they're gonna be doing a Kickstarter to get this plush, and then like a few other plushes based on the game. So once I know when
want-
that Kickstarter is happening, I will let everybody know.
Yes, I want to help too. I want to support.
All right. We'll
Yes.
we'll send you guys links then.
Yes, yes, I will.
StarkItty will. Were you getting a little hot there? Hot under the collar?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. So thank you for sharing that that adorable little piece of swag.
But yeah, I got it yesterday, and we were talking today. I was like, "Oh, Druid would love this little plush," and apparently,
God.
Aries loves it too.
That's right. That's right. Ah, it's so good to see you guys. We're so happy to have you tonight. We're in for some quite interesting role playing and story development for sure, character development, all that stuff. Real quick, I'll do the intros for all the new folks out there in Streamland. By the way, how's the audio? Is the audio good? The music isn't too loud. I think it's just about right. Seems pretty good. So, I'm StormyD of Storm Saga Games. Thank you guys for joining. This is D&D night. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, the Isles in the Mist campaign. And yeah, so I play the NPCs and the monsters and everything. And the main NPC that I play is one of the party NPCs, Rylar the Suffrigant. But of course, the story is really about the players and their characters. And so right over here, we're gonna start round robin from over there on the right. Well, my right, which would be her left, which would be extirpatefate, sir. That is extirpatefate. Introduce yourself and your character, please.
Left. I
They
got
both
it
make
right
an
this
L,
time.
but they both make an L though.
That's true. Just one of them is backwards.
So, anyway, hello everybody. I am extirpatefate, or you can call me Fate. I am playing Lorkris the Goliath, who is a Oathbreaker Paladin of Melora and a Pact of the Grave Cleric of Weejas, who hates mines.
Right.
Yep.
And right next to him is...
I'm Druid IRL. And I play Fern. She is a wood elf, Circle of Spores Druid. And this is Chonkapillar.
Mm-hmm.
All hail Chonkapillar.
The ultimate spirit animal
All
companion.
hail Chonkapillar.
Right on. And then back over to here, we have the lovely...
Hello, I am itsStarkitty, and I play Emillynn Ray, the half-elf bard of the party, or warbard as everybody likes to call her. And then hovering around her head, she has Philip, which she can't really describe what Philip looks like, but I kind of think I want Philip to look like this floating around my head.
No, no. That's no.
She can't describe what he looks like, but
It's headcanon now.
That was funny though.
Yes.
A minor moment there. Uh-huh. Right on.
so, yeah.
So, having said all that, recap of last week. My goodness, last week was all action, all meaty, chunky, bloody, gooey, gory action, like literally.
Yeah.
Like literally.
OMG,
I
I
did
cried.
too, legit.
Yes, Aries. We were all like, no. We weren't crying.
Yes,
You were crying.
in the middle of the fight between our heroic adventurers and the anti-adventurer team, which was the minute. I have names for them all here. We got. That's the wrong. That's the other. Whoa. We had the ogre berserker, the dual chain wielding ogre berserker. We had the minotaur dragoon dual blade wielding. We had the werewolf lord skirmisher, all led by the Oni boss, who was a Oni Nightblade, I believe, something to that effect.
I think so.
And during this titanic epic fight between opposing forces, after the party had been trapped in this cave and surrounded by the enemies. They fought hard. And they didn't just fight hard to defeat their enemies, they fought hard to defeat their enemies, to put a stop to their nefarious ways, to get a little personal sort of payback against the Oni, and to save / rescue the werewolf lord, who turned out to be a little kid. And that was a thing on their mind, and they tried they were try hard, and they succeeded. And thing is, though, during the fight, something happened. They were getting worn down pretty hard. I mean, they've had fights where more people were hurt more, for sure. And they've had fights where people went unconscious. This time, though, one of the enemies purposefully tried to take one of them out permanently. The Oni boss, being an Oni Nightblade, had a shadow jump ability and was intending to assassinate with a coup de grace our little Rylar. And he did. He succeeded. He literally coup de grace him, split his chest wide open, and killed him on the spot. But in that moment, he caused some sort of event, and a tear in reality happened in a huge, massive, bloody eye that was indecipherable. You couldn't understand the sounds that it was making, and the madness that it was creating just by its presence in this realm. But it had these tendrils, and it stopped time, and even in the end, apparently reversed time a little bit for the party. Gave them all a short rest and brought Rylar back from death, from true death, in that moment. Sort of a Singleton get out of hell free card, so to speak. And but of course, on top of that, because he froze this moment in time, the party members could see that they're all connected by some sort of strange golden thread, potentially, dare I say, perhaps a thread of fate, who knows. But definitely they and this thread had this massive, terrifying, eldritch horror, apparently curious enough to turn back time and save Rylar, and curious enough to not just annihilate everything in the room on the spot. And so there you go. That's what happened. Then it disappeared just as it came. They got back to the fight. The moment, somehow or another, the Oni Lord sensed some portion of that experience. It was so shocked that he was kind of stunned for a round, and the party members pounced and annihilated, got that payback for the Oni boss, put him in the ground, put him in the dirt for what he did to Rylar.
No more reoccurring villain.
Yeah. And so, having said all that, the party members have a lot to think about and talk about now. Like, what are the ramifications of what they witnessed? So, there you go. Well, those muscles, Druid, I know, right? The muscles.
Ares wants to fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the round robin to see. We're gonna talk about, and people get to mention briefly. Well, thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu.
Ninja for the 7 months.
For the 7-month sub, buddy. You're awesome, Susnin. You're the best, dude. So
much appreciated.
Tell me, Lorkris, what stood out about that encounter / event, that epic event that happened to your party and yourself last week?
Does this happen every time I die? That must be terrifying. Does it though? No one said anything. Did this even happen? What? Well, stupid Oni. Yeah, just kick him. Just shocked that he doesn't really have any like comprehensible way to put it forth. He just saw an eldritch horror. Like, what?
Okay.
What is this?
I love how some of your recaps are in haiku form.
I know, right? Unintentionally and unironically.
Yeah, unintentionally.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like thought. Not related to other thoughts, but yes.
All right. Emillynn Ray.
Okay. All right. What stood out to my character last week? Biggest thing, of course, was Rylar dying, but oh my god, if that's what goo looks like, I am intrigued and terrified at the same time. Because if that's just his eye, how big is goo?
There's something else too. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna take this off real quick here so you guys.
Ding, ding, dong, the Oni's dead. Yeah, that's definitely Philip.
Is this technically the first whisper of the entire campaign?
First true whisper of the entire campaign. Wow.
Jealous.
I'm sure we would get whispers if we were like at the same table. One day.
Yeah, one day.
One day we'll have like a big ol'
Yup.
out.
D&D magic.
Do you want me to share
Oh
that, or-
man.
I'll do everything I can not to rip up
You're
my
not
cards.
sure about it yet until we'll start role playing farther in the camp when it becomes more of a long-term kind of thing.
Okay.
So you were saying
Um,
For the
goo is
most
big
squishy
and scary.
tool.
yeah, if that's goo, then I'm terrified.
So is your character wondering if that's goo or the bloody eye or both?
Both? Like, is this the bloody eye that we've been like seeing all the time?
Okay. All right. Well, anything else there?
Nope.
Fern.
Oh my goodness gracious. We got to see Goo and that was so cool and everything. But when he turned sideways, he was like not there. But when you looked at him straight on, he was there. And it was really crazy. And I actually think Rylar really died or something. And I don't really know how to feel about it. But it was really cool to see his god and everything. And we're all connected by the power of love.
Well said.
I wonder if there's like a little like line between me and Chonka Pillar too.
Well, I didn't describe it, so
You didn't,
I didn't.
but I was frozen.
Yeah, everybody was frozen. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw what I was telling you. They perceived it, I should say. Perceived it is a better word.
Yes.
But yeah, that was what stood out
Okay.
to Fern. What about Rylar?
Rylar doesn't understand why. This is one of the things that's going to lead into role playing because Rylar doesn't understand why everyone was so freaked out. I mean, it wasn't the first time he's taken a dirt nap during combat. He was embarrassed about the first time, but and he's seen Lorkris do it any number of times, and even seen Fern and Miss Ray do it once each. He's not sure what the fuss is about, but it was pretty cool how he just suddenly woke up and was feeling really refreshed, and you guys beat that Oni down in seconds, and he's mainly just a little bit confused and wants to chat with Lorkris about it while we dismember the bodies.
Oh yeah, we also saved the child, the wolf child.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh. What did the child remember about? I'm just kidding.
yeah. I mean, of
Yeah,
course
we both
everybody's.
messages.
The child remembers the pie.
Mhm.
I love how we both went to just like.
Oh.
All right. Now, having
Wow.
done the recaps and the intros, everybody, thank you again for joining us tonight. We're going to go chat dark until intermission. And
What language was the Red Eye speaking? It was probably that language that only Rylar knows.
you don't necessarily know that. You don't know. He was unconscious. So
Nobody knows.
I mean, in a technicality, like I probably wouldn't know, and it's most likely not deep speech or primordial. So Lorkris had no idea.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a language. Like
Yeah.
every utterance of
Even
sound
then.
from it just ripped through your brain like it made your skull hurt and your ears felt like they were bleeding even though they weren't actually physically bleeding.
Ah, strange. So that.
So with that, we're gonna go chat dark. Thank you guys. Enjoy the show, and we're gonna jump right into it. So the ladies have wandered off with the kid in tow. I guess they're gonna hold his hand as they make their way over to the campsite. With the food and stuff, he seems to be transitioning pretty well. So apparently, whatever, he seems to be like adjusting very quickly to what's happening. He's still, he's very feral, but you've definitely, and you got to be careful with him. You can tell right off the bat, he still occasionally gets fussy and wants to bite, and he's acting like a wild dog, right? Wild puppy dog. But
I've taught Fern how to say no in giant.
And so you guys are working on that, and he finds that fascinating when you're trying to teach her things, and he of course he gets confused because he thinks that you're commanding her, and so he's like not sure what's going on. But the two of you make your way to your old campsite by the underground pond, and that's your intent to hang out there and work with the kid and make a plan of what to do next while the guys clean up the mess and collect the trophies. So we're gonna do that first, that role play first, with Lorkris and Rylar there. Rylar, obviously, he's got blunt weapons, but he'll like hold parts of bodies to help you, or whatever. He'll like he helps you with the physical movement and labor and stuff. So, while you do it,
Yeah.
and while you're doing that, of course, your character is still kind of like you said, the way you described. He's like, "What the hell did I just see? What's going on?" I'm not sure. I'm confused about what I experienced, and so he's kind of. You're just kind of lost in thought while you're working, and every once in a while you'll glance over at Rylar, see him working, and it gets you back in that thinking about the same, like, what the hell, but while you're working, Rylar says to you, hey Lorkris, why was it that you were so you and Fern and even a little bit Miss Ray was so freaked out and upset at that fight there and stuff when I was taking my nap? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I try not to do that.
Lorkris takes a notable long pause to respond.
Whoops. Go ahead and take your long pause while I fix the... Oh my gosh.
Oh, God, I
Music
can't hold it
issues.
any longer. What's that?
Music issues.
Oh,
There we go. Okay, I think it's okay. No. Wait, is it in between? It is. All right, go ahead, sir.
Now, yeah, I honestly don't even know how I would respond. You know, like Lorkris is 100% like this is Emmillynn's territory, not mine. In the conversation, in a panic, Lorkris is just gonna, well, we were concerned you might not come back, and we were happy that you did.
Well, thanks to you guys healing me and stuff, like normally happens in battle, that worked out well, yeah.
We didn't get a chance to heal you.
Well, huh?
You say you've never really spoken to Goo aside from that one time, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. One time I spoke to Goo, huh?
Do you remember what Goo looked like?
I know I didn't actually get to see him. I just was like it was like a dream, and we conversed in my mind in the dream, and he was just like I could, like, I can't say see, so it wasn't like I saw with my eyes, but I could, like, my mind, I saw with my mind, and I could see him there in the void of my dream, and he was saying that he thought I was cute or something, and was you know, some sort of interesting or something, and so yeah.
I don't quite know what happened. You were hurt, and then you weren't. Before any of us could get to you.
That's all that happened?
I am not quite sure what I saw. I don't know if I experienced a vision or...
Well, what did you see? You had a vision in the middle of combat?
It felt like it took forever, but I'm not sure how much time actually passed.
Why did you ask about Goo?
You say Goo is from where? Real quick. Would I remember if Goo is actually like a...
Well, remember that
interdimensional thing?
it's a great old one. You've heard legends of also called elder gods, right? Or great old ones who are usually, you know, beyond the typical deities. Well, there's a little bit of a chop there. I wonder if that's on our end or theirs. Oh well, we'll keep going. They're kind of deities. They're beyond regular, you know, pantheon of deities. Your character doesn't have enough knowledge in that arena to know the depths of that kind of mythology.
It's like surface level.
Yeah, surface level legends. You know that there's supposedly, you know, these alien beings of eldritch horror potentially that just you know are kind of perhaps maybe from another dimension instead of another plane, and yeah, that's basically the gist of what you know about. You know, like most people, especially religious folks, like your character, obviously, don't buy into them. They a lot of in this world and on this planet, a lot of the prevailing kind of perspective is that warlocks who have those kinds of powers have actually made pacts either with dark forces or they actually made a pact with the deity that's pretending to be some sort of eldritch horror, and tricking them in a way. But
Gotcha.
your character's rather open-minded, though. You don't necessarily assume that. You know that that's kind of the part of the legend.
Correct.
And in respect of Rylar, you left it open to interpretation, gave him the benefit of the doubt, as it were, and that he really obviously he has powers and continues to get these interesting. Almost all of his powers have to do with some sort of vision, right? And so it's. You just have always given him the benefit of the doubt, and now this thing happened that you suspect you witnessed goo, right? That's kind of where you're leading, is what it sounds like. So anyway, I hope I answered your question so that you can,
Beautiful, appreciate it. What I saw was not of this world.
He's like, well, like the monsters that come from wherever they're coming, that portal that Fern was talking about? Is that what you mean?
No. This thing that I saw was nothing of this plane, nothing of this world. It defied all logic that I can surmise.
Oh.
It reminds me of the old tales of elder gods.
Wait.
It was abnormal.
Really?
I don't really know.
So did Fern see this vision too?
I don't know if we actually established that.
Yeah,
that we all saw it.
you guys had. Well, I guess you didn't technically role play it, but you looked at each other like you knew. I had established that you all kind of saw the golden thread and you all experienced it at the same time, and you all kind of knew that you experienced it at the same time. If I didn't make that clear, I'm making that clear now. You all, without having had to have a conversation, you knew
that look of like, we just experienced the same thing, right?
Right.
We all saw that?
Yeah.
But maybe not haven't outwardly gone, you saw that, right?
Right. But you actually, during the experience, you knew that everyone was experiencing it too.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you also had this sense that the Oni was experiencing some level of it, but not the same level as you, and that the werewolf kid wasn't experiencing any of it.
Gotcha. Just
for him, it'd be a frozen point in time, right?
Yeah.
So at any rate, I hope that answers your question.
I suspect and have a feeling that we all did see the same thing, but I have not talked to Fern or Emillynn about it yet.
Oh, what did it look like?
A giant bloody eye.
A giant bloody... What? A giant bloody eyeball?
Yes.
Is that all that you saw? And when did you saw that in the middle of the fight? Right before I woke up?
It appeared... I feel like Lorkris would kind of let this trail off because he, at least in this description of what happened, because he's like, I have a hard time believing I saw what I saw.
Ah, okay.
It just, I fear I may not understand what it was that I saw. But it is clear we are connected.
Oh.
But I don't know what that was.
I see. So we should Did
We should talk to
and the
Emillynn.
other folks saw it too?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, why did that have you all so scared for me?
Because that is what brought you back, not us.
What?
That's what I said.
What did you think it was?
I don't know.
Okay, so we should get back and talk to the other Fern and Miss Ray too.
Yes.
Okay, I'll shut up now and we can get the work done. And you guys work hard and get the work done. Is there anything else that you want to say to him or ask him while you're alone with him during this work moment?
Not to say nothing meaningful, but like kind of, I don't know, I feel like instinctually Lorkris would want to compliment Rylar on like the battle, you know, recognizing that he, you know, like acknowledging the like all the good aspects, looking at the positive side, trying to deflect from like this weird moment that we had and just be like, you know, simply like, that was good thinking doing this, and you know, having a banter back and forth like as we work in a positive context, and trying to deflect away from this, because Lorkris is kind of like, Lorkris is exactly how I am personally when someone tries to hand me a small child. It's just I don't know, panic.
I understand.
Yeah. And Lorkris really doesn't want to make any harsh claims that, without having, not say harsh claims, but not making any claims about anything without Emillynn's like reassurance, like, yeah, because I don't want to put any, like, he wouldn't want to make Rylar feel ostracized or weird about it, and all of a sudden this is a thing. And if it even happened, but it did, didn't it? Yes, but how? Lorkris is wrapping his brain around it and just trying to think about.
Uh-oh, it froze up.
Uh-oh.
Are we okay?
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah,
here we go.
you're choppy. I hope it's not us. Let me see if it's the stream.
It's probably us.
Oh really?
It could be. I mean, we have
Yeah.
snow on the ground.
Yeah, the weather here's been snowing and a little harsh, and
Oh bummer. Okay, we'll make it through. But we got what you're saying. You got that across. So, okay. Well, we'll get the work done and make our way over to the ladies. Before we get there, I'm going to have the ladies role play amongst themselves in regards to if they wanted to bring up the topic and talk about it, or if they want to talk about the kid, or both, or.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about like everything that happened.
Okay.
oh yeah, of
yeah.
course, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, after I teach her a few more things in Giant to kind of help me corral the child. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, Mr. Ray. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Remember to say it forcefully, okay?
Ooga booga.
Exactly, like that. All right. Once we have the child placated. So,
I'm just going to like shape earth, and I'm going to make a bowl, and I'm just gonna start pouring a bunch of rations in there, and then just set the child right in front of it, and pat him on the head, and then look at Miss Ray. Okay, so
Fern,
we need to really talk about Rylar.
we'll get to that. How are you feeling after what just happened in our fight?
I'm okay. How are
I'm
you?
feeling sad, terrified, and also intrigued at the same time. Possible to feel all three of those at once?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure, but I feel good. I definitely feel really, really confused.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because you saw it. Rylar was down. The Oni.
we watched Rylar die,
Yes.
and then we watched Goo
So it
come
was
out
goo.
of wherever and bring him back to life.
Did you hear that really like ear-pounding noise too?
Yes. My head still kind of hurts a little bit, but I am far, like, the adrenaline of everything kind of is giving me, like, is helping me with that.
Yeah.
But I definitely, for sure. Did you see the golden line between all of us?
Yes. Yes, I saw those. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
The
I'm not
power
the
of
only one that.
friendship and love.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, Philip?
How-
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did Philip see it?
I don't know. Philip looks a little confused, but
Did Philip see Goo?
I don't know. Maybe he'll answer me later. He looks a little confused and terrified. Maybe he's still trying to process his thoughts.
Is this like the first time he's been quiet?
No. I mean, sometimes it takes him a while to process thoughts. Not like he's
Okay,
always
well,
constantly talking, but I mean, some days he is, some days he isn't, but most of the time it's, yeah.
Okay. Well, if he wants to talk about it, I would really love to talk to him, okay?
Oh yes, I'm probably gonna get Philip's thoughts a little later, but yeah, that's a lot to process. I mean, if I'm having trouble processing, I'm sure Philip's having trouble processing too.
That is true, that is true.
Because that was a lot of stuff.
Chonkapillar.
How does Chonkapillar feel?
Did you... All-powerful DM, how is Chonkapillar feeling?
Oh, sorry. I was getting my snack together. Chonkapillar was sad and freaked out by everything that happened. Chonkapillar didn't seem to witness the strange event. He was in your backpack.
Didn't see him?
He senses something happened because you have that emotional connection. But
Okay. Okay, Chonk. Well, thank you for your insight.
So, Fern, do you think it was Goo that brought Rylar back to
100%.
life?
100%. That's his god, right? So Lorkris dies, he sees,
He does see
Weejoss.
Weejoss, yeah. Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that was Goo. But I think it's kind of weird that Goo has a bloody eye.
I also think it's kind of weird that you and I saw it. I have a feeling Lorkris did too, but
I'm
need to
pretty
confirm.
sure. He had that look on his face, though his face doesn't change all that much. I'm pretty sure. Like, we looked at each other, and I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of emotion on his face.
Oh, did you see his little eyebrow go up? Like,
Yeah,
like
it was
an
just
inch?
it was the tiniest of micro expressions, but I'm pretty sure. Lorkris.
Okay,
But, okay, so the question. Okay,
I'm
I have
starting
a
to pick
question.
up on
though.
Lorkris's emotions now.
It's very, very, like, you really have to stare at his face a lot. He doesn't really like it all that much, but that's really the only way that you can understand what he is thinking sometimes, even though, like, it's really hard to tell. He's pretty monotone, he's pretty... okay.
Are we sure you're talking about Lorkris?
But
Sorry.
you know, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Lorkris is going to tell Rylar that he died though. So, do you think we should tell Rylar like you like legit died?
Well, Rylar has the right to know.
Yeah.
And he's got some explaining to do about goo and why goo looks like a bloody eye, and if there's any sort of relation between his god and this bloody eye cult that we've run into.
Well, I wonder, like, cause obviously goo brought back Rylar, but allowed us to kill the other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they are the heretics?
That's a possibility. Because Goo is supposed to take out, or Rylar is supposed to help Goo take out the heretics.
So I wonder if, like, I don't know how they would be the heretics for Goo, but because they're supposed to be worshipping Melora and stuff, but what if? You know?
What if they're an offshoot of the Bloody Eye and Melora, and they've kind of like twisted some of their learnings and stuff?
I'm not really clear on what a heretic really is. I'm just kind of guessing. Kind of, you know, based on like all of the things. But I'm not 100% sure what a heretic really is. But I can only assume. Based on all of the things. But that's just kind of a guess, I don't know.
I've got to
Did I have a
decide if I'm
healing
going to
spell?
put this in the report or not.
Oh, I do not think we should put. I don't think we should do it.
I don't think so either, but do we tell Jocko?
I don't know. Maybe?
That's something we're going to have to talk to about as a group.
Yeah.
Once we inform Rylar.
My heart says no. But I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, still a lot to process. Still a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at least we took them out. We all came out of it safely. I'm intending that nothing has changed much with Rylar from his coming back from death.
Cause he literally like died. It's different than like when we like pass out.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost dead, but not really dead.
I know.
But he died.
I wonder if Rylar experienced the same thing.
No, because when we hugged him afterwards, he seemed pretty confused.
I guess we'll need to talk to Rylar.
Are you suspicious of him?
No, I'm not suspicious of him.
Okay.
I
Just checking your tone. Checking.
No, I just want to find out if that thing we saw was actually goo.
I'm pretty sure.
All I've heard are legends of what these types of deities could look like, and it changes depending on who you're talking to. So, yeah. And if that's only one of Goo's eyes, how big is Goo?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's really big. Or he was only as big as that little, like, you know, because he was pretty thin.
But it was a
when he
portal
turned to
that
the side,
opened.
you couldn't
It looked
see
like
him.
a portal.
But like, when he turned to the side, he was invisible, which was pretty cool. I wish I could have asked him if he could help me find the other portal.
It all happened so fast.
Oh, I wonder if Rylar can talk to him more clearly now.
That's a good question.
Because did you see his fingers and stuff go right into Rylar's brain?
I did.
So, I don't know.
Out of character, don't forget that one went into each of you guys' skulls too.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that!
The Fern, not only did it go into Rylar, but it went into mine and yours and Lorkris.
Oh! Can you hear me?
Sorry, that sound of water was not goo. No sound, no response.
Good.
Maybe Goo only speaks through Rylar.
Where are they?
Has he ever done that before?
Well, I mean, we don't know what Rylar does when he's not around us.
When is he not around you?
When we're back at
Sneaks off to
base.
go do number 2.
Yeah.
Well, okay, good point. Speaking of number 2, about this time, the other 2 party members have made their way back to your campsite. You guys see them, emerging out of the darkness into the light of your campfire. The little kid is sitting there all happy. He gobbled up all the food you gave him, and he's curled up next to the warm fire and looks like a happy puppy dog.
I have to resist all of the temptation to try to play with him. Rough and tumble play.
Mm-hmm.
Fern, let him sleep.
Hello, everybody. Rylar says as you all walk in.
Welcome back. How goes everything?
We got all the stuff.
I go up to Rylar and I grab his hand.
Whoa, what's up, Miss Fern? You okay?
I probably shouldn't be the one to say it because it's gonna sound kind of mean.
What?
Or I could just say it and just rip the band-aid off.
What you talking about, Miss Fern?
How about we all have a
Chris,
seat?
did you talk to him?
And let's all talk about
I'm like
what happened.
rubbing his hand on my face.
He's all like, you might want to let me watch that first.
That is a very good point, but you know what? You're here, and that's all that matters.
Actually, he would have on the way back. Never mind, he didn't actually say that. On the way back, he would have used his prestidigitation to clean the 2 of us off.
So let's all have a seat. And we've got some stuff to discuss.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
How about we beat that team? That was our mission. That's so cool.
Yes. That is definitely one thing we were going to talk about. Great job, team.
Yep.
High fives everywhere.
High fives. Yeah.
And
Now-
we saved the kid.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna have to kill him, but you didn't have to.
I probably would have died trying to make sure we didn't kill a kid.
He was tearing me up, but good. That hurt a lot. You're a naughty little boy. When you're in that big, scary wolf doggy form. He realizes the kid's asleep. He's he still says that.
You want me to say it, Miss Ray?
Rylar? What was the last thing you remembered before you woke up? in the fight.
Add a character. He went down from a wound from the werewolf, or
From
Yeah.
the Oni.
no, the Oni didn't
The werewolf
didn't take him
down.
Yeah, it was
unconscious.
the werewolf that took him down.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the Oni took his opportunity to strike.
Yeah, I remember one last nasty chomp from the big puppy dog, and so at that point I was like, I think I'm gonna bleed out, and you know, I felt my spleen coming out of my ears, and I fell down and was sleeping. I took a Lorkris dirt nap.
Did anything happen while you were taking your nap? Do you remember anything happening?
I was like sleeping.
Rylar,
Hi, Lord.
you died.
We watched you die.
What you
And
talking?
actually die.
What you talking about?
You died because the Oni stabbed you right through your heart.
What? What? Wait. Is that why you and Lorkris was all freaked out? You didn't say that, Lorkris.
Well, let me finish what happened after you died.
Oh.
That's why I was asking you what was the last thing you remember.
He's all like looking at his chest. I'm not dead. You all healed me up and stuff.
We did not.
Hold on,
Rylar.
listen, okay?
So, what happened?
By the way, you guys are completely exhausted, like most of your spells, because you used them to heal, do all the heals and stuff.
Afterwards, yeah.
Right. So.
But what
I thought we only
happened
took that.
after?
Oh yeah, we took a. Did we take a rest? No, we were going to take the rest now.
No.
This is when you're taking the rest.
No, because when Rylar came back, we all got hit points back. It felt like we took a short rest.
Right. So we got some hit points back, but
Yeah.
he was still pretty low.
Yeah.
So, but I would have assumed that you guys would have done some healing and stuff before now, since you're going to take a long rest now, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At any rate, all right. Well, we'll just say some healing was done. Some people are still a little wounded, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. You
So-
were saying. Sorry.
Rylar, after you died, when the Oni stabbed you, this ripped portal opened up, and it froze time for everybody.
I like it when you tell us these fancy fables, Miss Ray.
This is not a
No, we
fable,
saw
Rylar.
it.
This is not a fable.
I don't
So-
remember dying. I think I would remember that.
Don't think you would.
Well, maybe you're right.
So, this rift portal opened, and I was thinking that, oh my gosh, it's Goo coming to rescue you. Fern thought the same thing.
What? Did
But-
you think that too, Lorkris?
I had suspicions.
Okay.
Not
okay.
sure.
What? Okay.
So, this portal opened up.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Goo visited you and he healed me? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Oh my
Pretty
goodness.
sure.
You got to see
I'm
Goo?
pretty sure.
I haven't even got to see Goo.
Wait, you don't know what Goo looks like?
No?
So you're telling me that this might not be Goo that we saw, because all
I'm pretty
we
sure it
saw
had to be.
that portal was this huge eye, huge bloody eye.
What? A bloody eye?
Yes, and it was looking around at everybody. There was this weird sound that was like taking over everything, and then all of a sudden these tentacle-like arms shot out into you, Rylar.
Add a character. They weren't tentacle-like. They were tendrils.
Oh,
They were basically like spaghetti.
These tendril-like arms came out and like made their way into your body, and then all of a sudden they were linking Rylar to me, to Fern, and to Lorkris, and then all of a sudden they went into your head, and then you came back to life. Yes, Fern. Did I miss anything?
You did. So like before all the tendrils came out and stuff, you could see a golden line between all of our hearts and stuff.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Goo was able to see how we were all connected and everything. And he was like looking at it all and everything, and he came up and he like touched all of us and everything and like inspected us and stuff. And then afterwards, that was when he brought you back. And then he made us feel better too. I'm sure it's Goo.
Did you try and talk to him?
We couldn't.
I couldn't.
Why?
We were frozen in place.
Oh.
I was like this.
What did he sound like?
I try and imitate the noise.
You can't imitate the noise. Yeah.
It's like, I don't even think I can imitate it on my violin.
So you guys got to see Goo, and he rescued me?
We saw an eyeball that we think is Goo.
It was a bloody eye.
It was a bloody eye.
What's wrong, Rylar?
Rylar starts crying.
Why? Why are you crying?
Well, because you said that the bloody eye came and rescued me, and we're chasing the bloody eye. You guys are gonna kick me out of the group.
I go up to Rylar and I give him a big hug, going, "No, you are staying in this group. You are part of our team." I grab his face and I look him in the eyes. You are part of this team.
Well, what?
No. You are part of this team.
Okay.
Okay?
Even if Goo is the bloody eye.
So I have a possible theory about this.
Yeah.
So, Rylar, you know how you told us Goo has you on this mission to take out the heretics?
Yeah, that's right. It's not exactly the way he said it, but that's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm.
So what? This is just theory crafting right now. I need a little bit more time to think, but I'm just gonna spit it out. What if Goo is like the bloody eye, and this offshoot of the bloody eye is twisting some of those teachings and learnings, and that's why Goo has you going after the heretics? What if these guys are the heretics?
Oh.
Like I said, still theory crafting, but...
No, I don't think so. I mean, you might be sort of right, but Goo made it clear to me that I would know the heretics when I saw them. What you got, Lorkris?
If the bloody eye would have come from Goo, how does it connect to Melora? Could this just be a cruel circumstance that if what we saw was Goo happens to be a red-colored eye and not an actual bloody eye? I mean, it adds up visually, at least. But is that the truth?
But character question.
Yeah.
But it did actually look like it was dripping blood, right? That was
From a certain point of view, yeah, it did. There was literally besides the undulating red and black, kind of river running through its nature. It also looked like it was dripping this dark black, this dark red, almost black liquid that would evaporate before it ever even touched anything. It's like it would drip. It was almost like it was illusionary. It was dripping and then it would vanish as it was dripping.
Fate forgot that.
Oh, that's okay. It's all right. You can
That's
still role
fair,
play it
that's fair.
that way.
Yeah.
You can still role play it that way. Maybe your character had to remember. I mean, you saw a lot, so maybe your character had to remember that part.
But I mean, unless what was written in my former mentor's journal is inaccurate, we know this cult is kind of an offshoot from Melora. Or at least this symbol has been used in that context.
But wouldn't that make them a heretic according to Goo? That are using his symbol?
I guess that's a maybe, but yeah, maybe. Rylar says.
Rylar,
Uh-huh.
you should try to talk to Goo.
Right now?
Why not?
Sure.
Well, it's kind of private and personal. Like I could do it during my watch, or I gotta study my black book every once in a while, and that's usually when I talk to Goo. But honestly, he never talks back.
Tried to talk to him. It didn't work.
Okay, you tried to talk to Goo, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Though, probably because I don't worship him. I'm just friends with him.
Oh.
Because he's your god.
Well, I wouldn't really say he's my god. He's more than that. Like I guess they call them elder gods. It's true, but it's like, yeah, they're like weirder than gods. The different, the great old one. Well, are you sure you sure I get to stay? You're my friends and my family now.
Yes.
Okay.
I am voting for you to stay. I want
You're
you to stay.
staying.
You are part of this team, Rylar. We cannot move forward without you. Am I right?
Yeah.
What if, oh man, if one day Goo tells me I'm supposed to fight you guys, then I'm just gonna off myself, because I would never do that.
I would not want you to off yourself. I'd be like, let me talk to Goo.
I think Goo would want that anyways, because he was able to see how we were so connected and everything.
Really?
And then he healed us too.
He did?
Well, yeah, through our little, there, from our chests, from where our hearts are. We're all connected to each other, and he was like, with his little long.
Tendrils?
Thank you. He was like feeling along them and everything, and then he went up to all of us and was like touching us and everything, and then he healed us too. So I'm pretty sure he would have just killed us if he didn't want to deal with us anymore.
She has a point, Rylar.
Well, he's usually not that interested in stuff that goes on in the world, really.
Well, that's because you are so special.
She has a
thank
point,
you.
Rylar.
Thank you.
You're special to us, too.
Huh. Well, okay.
I mean, who else would we want to have on our team to cast Black Butt Blaster? Or Purple
Who
Beamer?
else can I pick?
Or Big Blue
who can I pick?
Shocker?
I can't pick a pie with anybody else either.
Yeah.
Nobody else is good at picking, apples as you are.
And
Or
you like
pears or peaches.
I really like training with Lorkris. It's super fun.
I love your spell names, Rylar. Rainbow Vomit? That's amazing.
Unicorn vomit.
Oh, unicorn vomit.
I called it unicorn poop, and he was like, no.
It's like, that's right, Fern got it right this time. You got it wrong, Mr.
This
Bay.
time, it took me so long. I'm so sorry.
Well,
Yes, our battles would not be the same without hearing you go, Black Butt Blaster.
okay.
That is so true.
Well, then
mean,
you guys are gonna have to, if you don't mind, later on, I'd like to, when we have some downtime, I'd like to chat with each of you and have you describe whatever you saw. If it is goo, if it's goo, it sounded like maybe it was goo. I think maybe you're right. I would like to talk to him, but if you could describe from your own perspectives, then I could draw him, and then maybe I could see him too. I would like that. I'm feeling a little weird because I'm feeling happy that Goo might have actually brought me back, which is a surprise. I'm happy that you all aren't going to kick me out. I'm feeling freaked out that Goo may be the bloody eye. I'm also feeling like weirded out because it's like I think it's cool that we got a golden thread, whatever that is. And stuff.
Rylar, I just want to let you know that you've inspired me to learn Purple Beamer.
Well, that's awesome. I can't imagine that I would inspire somebody.
It is possible. I inspire you guys all the time, but I was inspired by you.
Nice. I
See what you did there.
He and I said at the same time, I see what you did there.
I was like, how long is it going to take for people to pick up on that?
Jinkies. Or it's Jinx, isn't it? I was like,
Jinx.
I call it Jinkies.
Okay,
Wait, hang
Velma.
Oh, Jinkies! I can't see anymore. Where are my glasses? Crap. I guess I have to fix them on stream like somebody over here.
So,
I told everybody not to tell you.
Too late.
I'd already tattletales on myself.
so what are we gonna do with the dog boy?
We're going to take him back to
Aw.
camp and figure it out.
Well, I would like to try something in the morning.
What would you like to try in the morning?
Well, I know that I can. You say this is a curse of nature, right?
In a
That
way,
ability
yes.
to transform. Yes. So I am also able to affect a body in not this way, but in a way that would be cursed.
Are
By
you
that
saying
nature,
you can remove a curse? Maybe?
possibly.
Interesting.
I don't have high hopes that would work, given the nature of what this type of curse is. I may not be strong enough, but could at least attempt.
Well, they might know more back in camp as well, but before we move on, Rylar, how are you feeling after everything we just told you?
Well, I'm still a little bit wounded. I could probably use some more rest.
Okay.
And I'm wishing I had some more peach pie, but we gave it all to the pup boy.
All right, everybody, Rylar's good.
Oh, I'm feeling super jealous that you guys got to see Goo and I didn't. But I'm also happy. I'm happy if that's true, and I'm confused if Goo's the bloody eye but stuff. I don't know. You guys will help me figure all this stuff out, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
That's what we do. That's what family does.
So, It's weird. We all got weird stuff going on. Really, well, you know, most of us. Like, we know that the spooky skeleton peoples are Lorkris's, like, undead ancestors, and they're like, they think he's some sort of usurper. And we know that the Bloody Eye cult that wants Fern for some weird reason. And now we think that Goo might be the Bloody Eye God, which seems weird to me, but I guess it's a good thing we got you to keep us to keep us sane. You with your floaty friend that nobody else can see and hear.
Speaking of Philip, has he processed it yet?
No.
Figured, sir.
Intrusive thoughts always win, don't they, with Fern?
Oh my goodness. What if Philip is just pretending like he doesn't know because he really is the Bloody Eye? I'm kidding. I'm just mad that he's taking too long.
He couldn't resist. All right.
I couldn't.
So you guys go ahead and decide to camp for the night for full rest. Obviously, you guys are going to be more alert. You're going to, try and you're doing two things at once while you're on watch. Do you want to change the watches up such that because maybe there should be two people on watch at the same time during because of the kid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll role play that, right?
So.
Yeah, because I can't. That was straight up DM hint. Rylar was like, maybe we should all stay up, like together in pairs to, because of the werewolf boy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he understands some commands in Giant. When I start speaking them, like, softly. I know Lorkris understands Giant.
Do you think that we should, like, put a leash on him for something?
Do
So he
we
doesn't
have
sneak
anything
away?
like that?
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
you do have the magical objects that you have not identified yet.
I know where you can identify those. I really want to know what that blade is. What? That was somehow a tear opens up, and all of a sudden, Fate's like, identify that blade. They all experience. Another.
Well, I can take like 10 minutes per identify spell to identify this stuff. I can cast it as a ritual.
Oh crap! I forgot it. This isn't connected.
Do I need to connect it?
Get connected for free with Education Connection. Remember those commercials? Education Connection? No? No? Education Connection was like like going to college online when that was like first starting.
Sorry.
Remote college.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You mean it's not conjunction junction?
Yeah, that's what I was
Stop
thinking of.
conjunction,
That one's
junction.
really old. Holy
Conjunction,
crap.
junction. What's your
What's
function?
your function? I still don't know what it is.
Conjunction, junction. Schoolhouse.
No,
Rock?
no, I still never learned it from that.
And
I was
I watched.
bad at learning.
I watched Schoolhouse Rock reruns as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Schoolhouse Rock. What a throwback. Oi.
The only other one I remember from Schoolhouse Rock is "I'm Just a Bill."
Mm-hmm. Sitting on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched
Man.
it so many times I forgot it. You know, it's just like it just blends to everything now.
I also remember watching the Magic School Bus growing up too.
Magic School Bus was great. And Miss Frizzle had like no regard for her children's safety.
I know. It was like, where
At all.
no permission slips went out to parents.
All right, getting off
They're
the
like,
tangent.
hey,
So,
yeah. Sorry.
what were you guys wanting to know?
What are these things? I'm
Where are
drawing
the
goo.
items?
Well, you're gonna have to tell me what items you wrote down the list, right?
Yes. So we've got boots,
With the fur.
apple bottom jeans, and the boots. Fur with the
Fur
fur.
with the fur.
Let me grab
The
my
whole tavern's
my
looking at her.
DMG.
Whole tavern's looking at her.
Kind of funny. I had a job where we were sitting in a meeting, and my team lead had brought that up and everything, and she's like, yeah, I like my apple bottom jeans, because we were talking about clothing, and then I followed up with, and the boots with the fur, and she's like, yes, you get it, and everybody else on the team was like, what?
Oh.
And we were just like, you don't know that?
Yeah, God, so iconic.
Yeah, it was very surprising that her and I connected with that reference, and then the other 3 team members are like, we don't know what you're talking about. Like, have you not heard that song?
No.
Yep.
Boots.
All right, getting there. Sorry.
No worries. It's okay. Take your time. Yes.
It's also the same team lead when she needed something get done. She's like, okay, who wants to volunteer as tribute to do this?
Yeah.
And I got that reference. My other team members are like, what? And Amir and I are just like, okay, we need to stop with these pop culture references.
They are boots of the Winterlands.
Boots.
Ooh, of the Winterlands.
Winter.
I can describe them to you if you want.
Sure.
These furred boots are snug and feel quite warm. While you wear them, you gain the following benefits. You have resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow. You can tolerate temperatures as low as minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit without any additional protection. If you wear heavy clothes, you can tolerate temperatures as low as minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
So these literally
Holy
are
snap.
boots with the fur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With the fur.
All right,
What
what's
else
the
was
belt?
it?
Belt?
Yeah, belt.
There is a belt.
It's a belt of giant strength, but it's basically the same level that he has.
Oh.
What
Nice.
level is your belt?
I don't.
Is it a plus
No.
2?
I thought yours added +2 to your strength, right?
No, it was +5 to my strength.
Oh.
+5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went off of the old D&D.
Yeah, you went off of the 3.5 built of Hill Giant Strength because I was originally at 21 because the 5e maxes at 21. You're like, no. That's why I have a +7 and I'm at 24 strength.
Well, okay. Oh no,
That
because
was
it
the-
wouldn't be a +5. It would be in even increments. It was yours was a +4 belt of strength. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So yours adds, which means it gives you +2 to hit and damage, right? It's
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
what.
So yeah, it's a plus. Yours is a +4.
Modifiers and 9.
This one is actually is a step down. This was only a +2 one. So.
Okay. All right. What's
That
the
was
chain?
on one of the other guys.
That was
not
the
other.
chain brute, the chain guy. Chain. What's the chain flail that he was wielding?
It had like 20 feet reach.
Yeah. So that
Nuts.
was a neat kind of contraption. It works both as a weapon and pauldrons as armor. So it's effectively, I guess you could call it chain pauldrons, a magical chain pauldron, and it would effectively be +1 magical. Basically, they're effectively +1 magical flails. And additionally, they are they add armor when you wear them. The other special thing about them is that they're flails, but they have a 20-foot reach, so they have extra long reach, right? And then lastly, as pauldrons, they are neat because they can be worn. They can be, retrofitted, or you can have your armor retrofitted and have them and wear them with other armor, and it basically boosts your armor by 1 more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we're moving on to the Minotaur.
The Minotaur,
Minotaur was wearing boots as well.
he had boots of strutting and springing.
Ooh.
He had some bracers.
He did.
Yes.
Bracers of armor, +4.
Who's wearing bracers of armor?
Fern.
Fern, what kind
He's
of?
wearing bracers
Is it a +2?
because
I think she's got bracers of armor 4.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, so I put it in as a shield. It was a +2. My
Okay.
bracers are a +2.
Oh, really?
It was the item to put in place to make the math.
Okay, so what is all the gear that she's wearing to protect herself that got her up to, what, a 17 armor class?
16.
16?
It's just the. It would just be those bracers.
the bracers.
So she's got
The only
a
armor.
+4 to her dexterity?
Dex is +2.
Okay, so then that would
Plus
be 14.
proficiency. Yeah, and then a +2 for the bracers puts her at 16.
No, that's what I'm talking about. +2 for the bracers is 2.
Mhm.
That's 12, right? And then her dexterity is 2. That's 14. Where's the other 2 come from?
Isn't it their proficiency?
No.
No, proficiency doesn't add to armor class.
So it'd be armor, dex, unless I don't know what it is that you're wearing.
I'm wearing the bracers. And then I have I'm not wearing any armor.
All right, so how's it calculating everything up to a 16 is what we want to figure out.
That is
Click on AC.
This is why.
So
so it says my armor started at 10 with none.
Yeah.
I have then
AC equals +10 plus dex mod.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be at 14, I guess.
Except that, like I said from the get-go, I think you may have written it down wrong or whatever, but the reality is I gave you bracers of armor 4, because I would never give out bracers of armor 2. They're too weak to be effective.
Oh, that's probably that's why it's
Oh, because you override the AC
Yeah.
to
Or
get
the
what?
gloves.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes
I guess
sense.
that's how then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these um
No, I'm pretty sure it was a +2. Otherwise, I would be at 18.
no. I don't know. Where are you getting the other two then?
So, I do have a shield equipped in.
Okay, that is what I didn't. That's what I was asking about. I didn't know. Okay, so
Yeah.
you carry and always have a shield equipped.
Yes.
So you get your staff and your shield.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I didn't realize. See, I was asking you where you got the other two armor.
So I know it just took me a second to figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, the
I
gloves,
see what you did.
Yeah, so the glove or the bracers
All right.
gives it that +2.
So then,
So that's how I'm at 16.
What you had
So
was
I only
bracers of armor 2, and these
Yes.
would be an upgrade to that, bracers of armor 4. So your armor would now, with this new set of bracers, would go up to an 18.
Yes.
So those are going to Fern. Okay.
Forgot you're actually utilizing a shield.
I didn't realize you had been using a shield all this time. I didn't
forgot.
imagine it. That's okay.
Yeah,
Did I?
I didn't visualize it at all.
So the Minotaur had 2 blades.
I mean, we could either do that, like, obviously that was just a perhaps maybe a mistake on the character sheet. So, like, we could always just, I don't know. I obviously it would not be nice to get your armor class a little bit higher. Now that's something you guys have wanted to do for her. However, it doesn't make a lot of sense that she'd be using a shield and a staff. Does the staff give a +2 to the armor class? Okay, all right. Let's just say that, yeah. You need to change on your character sheet, but basically get rid of the shield, give yourself the bracers of armor 4, and it doesn't change your armor class. You'll have a 16 armor class. You guys will have to come up with another way of upping her. You're not wearing any rings of protection?
Mm-mm.
No.
No amulets of protection? Okay, all right. Just making sure.
The rings were too expensive.
Okay.
Which is how we ended up like even trying to bump mine to like the shield. The ring of force shielding, which gives me that +2 for like a floating shield.
The floating shield, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could invest in something like that for her.
Mm-hmm. I know just who to talk to.
Yep. Okay. All right. So there we go. Now back to what were we talking about?
The Minotaur had 2 blades.
Oh, they were magical?
Yes.
They are just +1 longswords. Technically, they're scimitars, but they effectively are like longswords.
Okay. Moving on to the Oni. Oni had a cloak.
What he has is a cloak of protection +1. So it gives you +1 to AC and saving throws when wearing it.
He had that special short sword.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna simplify it and say that is a, actually no, yeah. That is a very rare item known as a 9 lives stealer. And I ain't gonna, if you want to go to a DMG, you guys probably don't have a DMG, do you? I can show you a picture of it. So,
Yeah, we do.
you do? Okay. Oh, look at you. Go to page 182. but folks probably want to see it on stream. So I'm gonna go first. Go. See? All right. So that is the weapon that he had on him. It's a very rare sword, requires attunement. It's +2 to hit and damage, and it has 1d8 +1 charges. If you score a critical hit against a creature that has fewer than 100 hit points, they must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be slain instantly as the sword tears its life force from its body. The sword loses a charge if the creature is slain. When the sword has no charges remaining, it loses this property. There are only 2 charges left on the sword.
All right, next is the leather and wooden lash whip.
What? Lash whip?
Yeah, a lash or slash whip, kind of like what's that?
No. I said it looks like, yeah, it looks like not a whip. It looks like
So
what did I call it? The lash. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a like a, and that's the last thing?
No,
What's the last thing?
the magic collar.
They're related.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's effectively between the lash and the collar. It's a leash, a magical leash.
Interesting.
Everything okay over there? What's going on?
yeah, she's just trying to find how to add the bracers to her inventory.
So
That's all.
whoever holds the lash
Just add it to.
can command who's wearing the magical collar. In a way.
Looks like this was made for, it was custom made for a specific purpose. And it could be retuned to be used in some other context, but it was basically some sort of cruel, awful enchanter of some kind created this for, specifically for the kid and whoever was, yeah. But effectively, yeah, it allows that person to take, you know, if basically he has a pseudo telepathic link with the person, so that he knows where they're at all times, pretty much anywhere on the planet, and can just, you know, order them telepathically to come to him, and we'll sense his location. And, you know, again, it was made specifically for Wolf Boy.
Interesting. Okay. So that's all the magic items.
Mm-hmm.
Well. So, how does the watches at night go?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to determine. You got to tell me who the watches are. You're gonna change them up.
Well, I think it's best that Emillynn and Lorkris are not on the same watch, since we both fluently speak Giant. The easiest to communicate with the child. So.
True. Well, our regular watch is Lorkris, Rylar, Fern, and then Emillynn. During my watch, there's usually 2 people, because Fern only needs 4 hours. So.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do Lorkris and Rylar for 4 hours, and me and Fern for 4 hours.
It would mean that you'd probably just need to have a third sleep shift. Right, to get enough sleep?
Yeah.
Yes. I think instead of 4 hours. No.
Okay, well.
Oh, my brain can't math that right now.
So.
We do. Yeah, no, I guess we just have to do 3 4-hour shifts.
Well, Rylar
could
gets
be-
his spells back after a short rest as well. So, possible. Can start with Lorkris and Rylar, then myself and Fern, and then Fern and Rylar.
Neither of them.
Speak giant. I taught Fern some words.
Booga booga.
But they can always wake us up if the child freaks out.
That's fair.
You can always turn him not into a werewolf too. It might not work right away, but
What?
it's a nice spell.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Talk about with your moonbeam.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes the most amount of sense. We can work with that.
Yeah, because Warlock gets their spell slots back after short rest, right?
Yeah, but I
Yes.
think you guys have already had a short rest of the day.
Mhm.
But Rylar hasn't cast any spells since he came back.
True. But what's your point? Oh, excuse me.
My point is, Rylar can stay up a little bit longer while Lorkris and I get some more rest to get our spell slots back.
Yeah. Of course, he can't. I mean, he'd be glad that he'd do that. He can't help. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
Okay, well,
It'll be all right.
yeah. So you guys decide to camp for the night, and strangely, it goes very quiet and uneventful. I will say that the kid has taken to you guys quite a bit, especially the ladies, and because they're a different experience, different kind of person than he's dealt with before. He's dealt with ugly monsters, not pretty ladies. And
We give him food.
And you give him delicious food, way better food than he was getting before. And I mean, imagine, you're spoiling a puppy dog, and that's kind of what's going on. There are moments, though, in his eyes, in certain kinds of things that you notice that, he definitely could be a problem, and you definitely think that, your character especially thinks that night that, when you get back, and obviously you're gonna have to, tell them in the report what happened, why you came back with this kid. Let them know I'm sorry, guys. I had coffee too. Let them know what's going on with him, and that they're probably going to need to try and get him whatchamacallit.
Break the curse?
No, I was gonna say, well, you're gonna try that in the morning, but try and get him back to, well, you don't know what's gonna happen. You just need to get back, report that you completed your mission, and you have this extra person in tow now. So,
Yup.
the morning comes, you guys take some extra time to rest, and you guys have to keep the kid from drinking from that nasty pond, but you give him fresh water. You know, he gets irritable when you try and stop him from drinking from that thing, and that's why you know that he's still got that feral streak and could be very dangerous, because you can tell that he starts to transform a little bit in his face, and then he comes back. You know, it's like he's trying to scare you to get you to stop.
When he starts acting feral, Fern's gonna like also just do like kind of do that little bit with him too, because like she was feral.
Right. When he does, when you do that, he's not. He like stops in his place. Like, what's she doing? You know, like those videos where bark at your dog, and the dog's face is like. Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
So apparently they've, you get during that night you play with him a little bit. He actually gets playful when you act that way, and so you bond with him a little bit. And then also though, that night, some of the night he curls up in your lap, and when you're sleeping or near you. And so anyway, you guys kind of all hit it off. He's kind of skittish around the other two men though, understandably, because big scary, and he's used to being abused by the Oni. So well, I will say this: when you were identifying the items, he was quite upset to see you messing with that thing.
What, the collar?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no. I would have put it away after I identified it.
Yeah. He was happy that you put it away. You could tell that he felt relieved that you didn't
put it back on him?
Use it on him.
Yeah, no.
And
no, as soon as I figured out what it is, I'm like, it's just not going back on the child.
What was that, Lorkris?
Why not break it? Serves no other purpose.
It's a magic item. I can't break it.
Well, like, you can destroy magic items, it's just a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
It usually requires certain, it's not an easy thing to do. It's doable, it's just, it would require some extra time. Plus, you might want to get it back to be studied, so.
That's fair, okay.
If there are more of these things then you could,
No, you got good point. Never mind.
But at any rate, morning comes. You all are. What you gonna do next? You can. I guess it's pretty much time to head back, right? So.
Well, Lorkris wanted to try something.
Right. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Morning breakfast comes, and kid is kind of curled up, munching breakfast next to Fern. And Lorkris comes over, wanting to do the spell on him, and he's all like,
"Yeah." So I'll have it's 100% gonna be like the doctor trying to give the shot to the kid.
Uh-oh, they froze.
Oh, yep, they did.
Are we?
Is that us?
Oh no!
Oh,
are you back?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh.
You're back.
Woo! Yeah.
Uh-oh, froze again.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I'm like, did we lose internet? No, I still have internet on my phone.
I can hear you guys. You're buffering on my end.
Uh-oh, really?
Yeah, wait, hang on.
Oh wow, yeah, our oh my god, our internet is spiking like crazy. Yeah, I don't think this was you, buddy.
That's okay. Okay, it looks.
Do we want to take an
it's hard.
intermission?
Yeah, I wonder. It's possible that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 2 hours now. Well, yeah.
I mean, it looks like things are...
It looks like it's stabilized, so...
Okay.
We'll continue
Yeah,
on.
sure.
So, you...
Cool. Yeah, Druid over here just like sitting super still. I can't even tell if she's frozen or not frozen, so I'm just gonna continuously have to bob back and forth to identify. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So Lorkris will kind of like slowly kind of just get low, kind of eye level, and then just like reach out with some food to try to get him to come closer. And then in Giant, knowing he has a very limited understanding of like what's being said, Lorkris is just gonna talk to him calmly in Giant. Like Lorkris isn't gonna try to mince words to try to figure out what's gonna get him to do this. I'm just gonna talk to him and just be like, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. And wait for and then try to like coax him like, it's okay, come on.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He just like, nope.
So Fern, I'm going to just talk to him in common. It's okay, baby. It's okay, my love. Okay. And I'm going to just grab Lorkris and like rub my face on him.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm gonna get down in like play mode with the kid.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like do like a little play because like we've established play. And then I'm going to jump on Lorkris and then like go back to him and show him that he's okay too. And I'm going to make Lorkris be like, you have to play with me now. Like actually do that. It'll calm him down.
That's just... Lorkris is really kind of confused at what Fern is doing. Like, he knows what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
Lorkris,
Is the child distracted?
Lorkris, I think Fern is trying to let the child know you are okay. So
Yes. I just,
He's like
Yeah.
watching you guys talk.
yeah. Yeah, Emillynn, can you just hold the child for a second?
I pull out
Like, I
my
imagine he's
violin
sitting
and I
with you,
start
right?
playing some soothing music. Maybe that'll help the child calm down.
He comes over and parks himself right in front of you and watches you play intently.
And I'm
Now his
like,
back's to you.
I'm like,
Yeah, as his
Lorkris?
attention is focused, Lorkris is just gonna walk up and just literally just tap him on the top of the head and cast Remove Curse at 3rd level.
Okay. He goes, and then goes back to watching her. So, like, there's no way for you to know if it worked or not.
There is one way for us to know if it worked or not.
I'm saying
And
there's no way that I can think of for your character to know just in this moment. But yeah,
That is fair.
right.
But there's only one way that I know that we can know for sure. And I don't want to do it.
No.
Trust me, I'm not. But
I mean, I could, if you give me some diamond, I can try to cast. Hold on. I just prepared it. Greater Restoration.
What does that do?
well, Greater Restoration.
The
yeah.
Greater Restoration won't do what his Remove Curse couldn't.
Ah.
Your character would know that. Like that it's not really. Well, Greater Restoration What does Great Eruption say? Will it actually remove curses?
It can remove one curse. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right there. Right there. Didn't. One
Well-
curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item.
Right. It's a different kind of curse.
But that's
Yeah.
Oh, so she can remove his attunement to the collar.
I could do the same thing.
Your remove curse would
curse.
remove his attunement to the collar. In fact, it did probably, but you don't necessarily know that. Like, there's no way to know if the curse has been broken, unless you can think of a creative way to figure it out.
Well, I mean, the only way I could think of doing that is if he tries to do something and we tell him no, and his face starts to transform. If it doesn't transform, then right?
That's fair.
Rylar says, "Well, Miss Fern, Chonkapillar, he's like a spirit, isn't he? Maybe he senses things that we can't."
Okie dokie, Chonkapillar, come here. I'm sorry, Rylar. I've been so distracted. I'm trying to draw a picture of Goo for you.
Oh, you are? That's so cool. Thank you. Matter.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Not that. Would I don't think it would. No, where is it? The nature of that curse isn't really tied to good or evil, right?
You don't necessarily know?
Yeah. I'm just gonna detect good and evil with my divine sense, as Fern's doing whatever she's doing. So
Well, what did I tell
let
you
all that
about
happen.
him when you detected before? Last time.
Perfectly honest, I don't remember. There was a lot going on.
I don't think you could sense anything.
I didn't sense anything, like through
I don't
any
think.
of the walls.
Did you do it to him before?
but I did it when we first walked into the room, and I didn't really sense anything. But
Well, yeah, you didn't. It only detects. Right. You don't detect. You don't detect evil per se. So. You get the sense, though, that from his point of view, like he was just always doing what he was told. You know.
yeah, so yeah, it's one of those like fleeting. Like Lorkris is just gonna be like, hmm?
Yeah. It doesn't seem evil, and it doesn't really help you know any better. So, what were your idea with Chonkapillar?
Chonkapillar. Can you tell if he is still a werewolf or not? Use your magical, amazing Chonkapillar powers, okay?
Do you, what do you, like, from a distance, just holding him, the kid's looking at him, and he's start to drool, like he looks like it might be something yummy to eat.
Go up to him with Chonkapillar,
Mm-hmm.
and I pet Chonkapillar. And then I pet the kid's face. And I pet Chonkapillar. And then I hold out my hand.
He touches your hand.
I grab his hand.
He yanks it away.
Give me your hand. I grab his hand. I pull the kid closer. And I hold out Chonkapillar and I put Chonkapillar on top of our hands. Literally how I handle children in real life.
Okay.
Can confirm.
She puts giant caterpillars on them.
I also throw Orbeez at them.
Oh, okay. You can tell he enjoys the fuzzy feeling.
What do I feel from Chonkapillar?
Chonkapillar, you're not... Chonkapillar senses that no change has been made, really. His true, his nature is as it is all you can tell.
And I pull more food and I hand it to the kid. And I say, good job.
Oh, you guys are just quickly running out of food, but... Right, all right. He hoards some of the food, he sticks it in his... now, he's still naked, or did you guys give him something to wear?
Oh, I would have given him something
Sure
to wear.
clothes. Yeah.
I would like put a tunic on him.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't try and put him in pants because I don't think he'd be comfortable in pants. So just like a big tunic.
Okay.
Probably one of Lorkris's.
He probably wouldn't like it anyway.
Maybe something from Rylar.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, yeah. All right. At any rate, so yeah, you get the sense that, you know, based upon your knowledge, like you said, it was a long shot, but like certain kinds of curses go beyond the scope of, you know, maybe potentially a much more powerful person might be able to at a super high level, maybe, but this kind of thing is, there could be some sort of mystical elements related to where or by what he was transformed into. You know, there's lots of things.
I mean,
that,
it could easily be like this is his being by nature. Like that's.
Well, no, you're pretty sure that's not the case.
No.
You guys' theory is that this is probably a surviving kid from the original, like many years ago, when, you know, explorers first came here, the first few failed villages, and that he was specifically taken to wherever the Cult of the Bloody Eye is, and abused and cursed.
Gotcha.
And yeah, that's what you.
Okay.
Who knows? It may have even happened, and there's a part of you that wonders if maybe the reason why your spell wouldn't work, maybe, you know, yeah. There's lots of options. You think, you know, maybe it happened through the portal. Who knows? But
We have to try to find that portal to make everything better.
Lorkris will think that he's saying it to himself, but he'll say it out loud, but he's not like actively talking to anybody. He's like, I wonder if the grotto would help.
Oh, but we can't tell people to take him there. And I'm sure they're gonna not want to keep him here in the mines for us. I don't want him to go away from us, though. I don't trust anybody to take care of him. Because everybody's kind of rude and stuff.
Rylar says, well, those people at that hospital were really nice. Maybe they have like the research place there, right? Maybe that would be a good place for him.
I just hope that he doesn't get stuck there.
Well,
I want to keep him.
They can figure out a way. They can figure out a way to cure him, maybe, right?
Yeah, that is a possibility. We can take him back with us, Fern.
Well,
And we can
Frederick's
visit him all the
too.
time.
And Frederick is going to be there and being all alive again and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Resting at the hospital.
We can go see Frederick too.
Because he's totally alive too.
all right. So you guys eventually, you know, that morning you decide to wrap things up and you know, pat yourself on the back for a good try, good effort. and make your way.
I should probably tell everybody that it didn't work.
I imagine you would have.
Yeah, we kind of figured that you
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
You say that in doing so that would have dropped the attunement to the collar.
No, maybe. I think you kind of. Well, I don't know. Let me think about it.
So by context of the actual curse or remove curse spell, all curses affecting one creature or object. I know it wasn't strong enough, but if the object is a cursed magic item, the curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement. I never touched or removed curse on the collar.
Right, that's why I was going to say. I was retro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. Plus, it occurred to me you would have to kind of purposely target the curse, and the only way to do that would be on the item that's cursed. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Lorkris will probably have that same thought, realizing I'm pretty sure this didn't work, but I think I can do this, and we'll cast remove curse on the collar, requesting it from Emillynn. Not within sight of the child, not going to bring it out in front of him. Just like, can I say that? And then, poof.
Awesome.
I know I can do that.
Okay.
I know I can do this, at least.
What did she say?
So, I need a red pen.
All right, I'm going to switch to the Golgothian map view because you guys have basically been doing all this stuff in H.
Yeah.
And you're going to make your way back down to D. And once you get down to D, it takes you, it's a few miles, so it doesn't take long. Of course, you're getting close, but once you start to get it within visual range, you hear the, who goes there? And of course, you identify yourselves and make your way into the encampment. And just one of the lower end lieutenants is there in charge, and he says, how goes the hunt out there?
The hunt is finished.
What's that? Only a few days? You've got it?
Yes.
Well, that's good news. They've been working hard to check out some of the places that.
5.
Yeah, I can see it. So I'm sure you'll need to get back. I think you should go. Well, I wasn't ready, so that's why I was still showing that. But
real quick,
yeah.
Do either of you guys want to use this opportunity to take a break?
Yeah, this is a good idea. This is a good idea for a quick break.
Just a thought.
Yeah. All right. So intermission time.
Cool. Yeah, before we get into the next heavy set of.
Whoa. That was awesome. Show that again. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Not bad.
It's the eye.
The bloody eye.
I need the red pen.
Let me go back to full screen so you can. One more time. You need a red pen, huh?
Little Mus. Show it up. Go. Ah!
Nice. I like it. I guess I did describe it well then. Because
you did. Pretty good.
All right, intermission.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in a little bit, and we're gonna go chat hot again.
So D Gamer and Druid, I found the Kickstarter for the plushes. It's not active yet, but I did share the link in Discord, in Stormy's Discord, so you guys can subscribe to, when it happens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's a chicken bunny. Was that a chicken or a bunny?
So yes, I'm looking forward to the Kickstarter for the merch as well. So we'll see what they all look like, because I love the little pumpkin kitty. The link is in Stormy's Discord, Banana Tom, if you want to check it out, or you can search for Critter Crops on Kickstarter. Like, I think right now they just have like pictures of what could possibly be made into plushes. I like the little bat too. What's up, Dagoth? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but oh, let me get out of frame. Yeah, I think some of those will be probably turned into plushies. The little bat looks cool. True, true. Yeah, yeah. The other thing I noticed about this Kickstarter is I didn't realize that they're Austin based, which is pretty close to me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I was gonna sit and chat until somebody else came back to sit and chat with chat.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to.
Yeah, I can. I will. Yeah, the bat looks cute. I kind of like the mushroom too. The mushroom looks like a mummy. Mushroom, mushroom.
Oh, I see.
Ooh, a Spiffo plushie. I'm gonna have to look this one up. Spiffo. S-C-I-F-F-O. Oh, Spiffo plush. That is a cute raccoon. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. I've not played, and, well, this plush that I'm looking at, Aries, or no, Dagoth, has a little backpack on it. Is that the same one you ordered? Is it? Is it Dagoth? It's so cute. Spiffo is the ultimate companion to every newbie survivor with his trusty nail bat and a backpack full of beginner essentials, a can of pop, a butter knife, and a dead rat. Really? Only +2 encumbrance, adding him to your inventory for a boost of 25 happiness and a negative 25 boredom is an easy decision. That's a great description.
Woo, girls' time. Let's go.
All right, I will be right back. I have to pee.
Ah! I'm here all by myself. Wahaha. Alrighty. Good girl's being so good. For now. Oh, I need to go find a red pen. I forgot.
Spiffco. Oh no. A Spiffo. Spiffo plushie. Sorry, I read Spiffco as in the Spiffing Brit. Yeah, I know. I will put them on, I promise. I do often scare the children. Kids like just stare at me constantly with this horrified look in their eyes.
Oh. He was back and gone again.
She needed the red pen. Stormy.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor?
I can give it a shot. Which is
Sweet.
sir?
Can you give me a past tense verb?
What?
Dungeons and Dragons Mad Libs. Yeah. Yep. Adventure awaits. Have you done Mad Libs before?
What's Mad Libs?
So basically there is like you select a certain set of words, so like a verb in the past tense, and then the next one would be animal, make it plural, a verb, an adjective. And once we have all those words, we then read a script and we plug those in, and then that's the story.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
odd. I've never heard of such
Mad Libs
never
are
heard-
amazing.
Mad Libs, yeah.
You know
Oh
what?
my god,
Yeah.
I used to do those all the time with my younger brother.
Wow. Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons Mad Libs.
Oh man.
One of my coworkers,
Yeah.
because I always talk about our campaign at work. One of my coworkers saw it and got it for me.
Well, that's really cute. That's really cool.
Yeah. Do you guys want to fill it out real quick?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on
Okay.
a side note, another one of my other coworkers gave me a dice advent calendar.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Have you started opening it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got a 1d20 that's legible, 1d4 that's legible, and then a pink d20 that has a bunch of
I'll send a picture in
Friends, yeah.
Discord. It's not legible.
yeah.
Which reminds
I
me, we
want
need
the-
to open our Magic 30.
Ooh.
30
Yeah, we never
pack.
got to do that today.
Mhm.
Not just that, but the well, not that Magic 30. Yeah,
The Magic 30 countdown kit.
it's not we didn't buy that $1,000 bullshit product. No.
No.
We refuse to support that crap.
No.
That crap.
I bought the 30th anniversary countdown kit where it's 30 cards from like each year, or one card from each year of Magic since it started. That
Oh,
kind
nice.
of like defined that year. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's super
we're
cool.
gonna make some more unboxing videos. We have lots to unbox, but
Oh, nice.
we were gonna try and do at least one or two today, but the cable internet thing kind of
Yeah.
screwed us. So
No, I gotcha.
honestly, I wish I had not even bothered.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do now though. I guess I gotta take that one back.
Well, you wanted to take the one back we bought anyways because there's
Yeah.
no way to connect it to a router.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
It's weird.
So we're doing this D&D
If you
Mad
want
Lib
to.
thing for intermission. Let's knock it out real quick.
Okay. Give me a past tense verb.
Mm,
Mm.
Skidded.
What?
Skidded.
Gitted? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Gitted. What is that?
Like you like skid. Like
oh,
how,
skidded. I thought you said
yeah.
gitted. Okay, yeah, skidded. Okay,
Oh.
all right, gotcha.
A plural animal, like animal, and do it in a plural sense.
Geese.
What?
Geese.
Geese. A verb.
Eat.
Adjective.
Sexy.
A plural noun.
Plural noun.
Rock gnomes.
An animal.
Caterpillar. No, it's not an animal. It's an insect.
Wolf.
That works
Wolf.
too.
A verb ending in ing.
Dancing.
What?
Dancing.
I was gonna say farting, but okay.
Part of the body, plural.
Arms.
Part of the body, plural?
Arms.
Okay, she said arms.
Arms.
I would have gone
Give me
with
another
boobs,
adjective.
but you know.
An adjective.
Radiant.
Radiant. A place, plural.
Castles. Wait, that's not really a place, is it?
Yeah, that works.
Is it? Okay.
Another plural noun.
Starkitty?
Pencil.
It's
What?
plural now. No.
Oh, pencils.
Penciled.
Pencils.
Pencils. Adjective.
Red.
That works.
Another verb ending in ing.
Farting. I did that for Stormy.
Another adjective.
Luminous.
Luminous.
Yeah.
A verb. We got two more after this and we're good.
Thanks, Banana Tom, for hanging out.
We're not quite done, but we appreciate you. I know it's late for you, buddy. There in the UK, it's super late. So I appreciate you sticking out.
A verb. Does it need to end in ing?
Big hugs to you, Banana Tom.
No.
Have a great one, buddy.
Happen.
Happen.
Yeah. Happen.
An adverb.
God. It's been so long since I've taken an English class.
Yeah, why does
Oh, I
this have
know.
to be so hard?
I know. I didn't
Verb.
think. I can't remember
Word or
what's
phrase
what.
that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or other adverb.
An adverb. Like
Gently.
modestly stupid.
Let's go with
What is it?
gently. Gently.
Gently. And last one, an exclamation.
Shit.
Okay.
All right. Adventure awaits. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry.
Okay. Those who have skidded even a single game of Dungeons and Geese. No adventure awaits those who dare to eat it. Whether you're uncovering sexy, world-ending rock gnomes slaying a mad wolf that is dancing villagers, or casting a spell to subdue a dragon with 2 arms. Your bravery is sure to be rewarded. You can explore anything from radiant dungeons, haunted castles, and mysterious chambers filled with glittering pencils to even a red relationship. Speaking of relationships, role-playing or farting your character is a luminous part of the fun. Similar to any adventure, you get what you happen into it. So look alive, be wary of anyone who acts a bit too gently, and onward, shit. That's pretty funny.
Beware of anybody who acts too gently.
Shit. All right, that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for indulging.
Now,
Are you ready?
back to it.
Plenty of time for these.
So you're back. You were chatting with the lieutenant, and he says you all should head back to Sector A as soon as possible. There's been a lot of talk about what you all did as far as, you know, taking out some of those humanoid, you know, those goblinoid leaders in the sector far, you know, in
K?
was it K?
I think so.
Yes, it was
Yes.
K.
Yeah, and taking out K and uncovering the secret tunnels and how to locate them. The best part, he said, about finding some of the entrances to the secret tunnels is that they've been able to start sending scouts to backtrack them and figure out you know, it's still a lot. It's still in the early stages, but and he doesn't know all the details because he's here just to command these guards here in D. And you know, of course, there are a couple of adventuring teams there too, as I said before, or a adventuring team. Any rate, back to 5. He says you need to get back to Sector A as soon as possible and report this. And apparently they're having to rearrange a lot of their plans because you guys were so successful, and it's thrown the goblinoid monsters, the giant monster, you know, the giant, you know, basically the cult monsters into disarray, and they've kind of pulled back, and they're still, you know, entrenched there in the center area, but you know, he doesn't know all the details, but apparently there's going to be, you know, they're going to need to adjust some of their plans and figure out where to go next, what to do next, and they want to try and put a lid on this, but you know, yeah. So you all do that, or, you know, I'll just exposition it, you know, you get your horses from him and rush over to Sector A, and end up, you know, of course, meeting some of the guards who escort you to the main leader tent, the mission tent, and they're having a meeting, and sure enough, the general's still here, and you can definitely tell, you know, several, you know, a few leaders of some of the adventuring groups are here, and they're talking about a liaison between them and Steel Dawn, who's still holding down, you know, that other sector, and how they really, you know, because of what you guys have done, they're going to be able to finally help them take a break, because you know, the enemy forces have been you know, really you went above and beyond, and you know, there's still a sizable force, but it's enough that it's got everyone's morale up, and you did more than just kind of break the momentum of the enemy. You've actually set them on their heels, and because of your success in this mission. At any rate, You go to have a chat. Of course, the general's there, and like several of the other leader folks are there. You're announced by the guard that brings you, not the guard, but soldier that brings you, and he. Excellent timing. What are you back for, though? Was it, have you run into any trouble? How goes the search for the Oni team?
Oni team is done. Here's the report.
I drop the heads.
You pull the heads out of your bag of holding. I assume they're in a sack. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're done already?
Yes.
It's only been about a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite a week.
Found them.
Or I guess it has been about a week, hasn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, since we left A, for sure. Yeah, it's been close to a week.
He says, "Can you all confirm?" And so one of the other higher level adventure guys comes over and looks in the bag, the sack. He confirms. He's like, "Well, that's tremendous news. That's even better than we thought." That means that we can start sending out a lot more scouting parties and get deeper into the secret tunnels. So, what is it, little lady?
I was just gonna say the whole time, Fern is like protectively holding the kid.
Oh, this was you. This wasn't your character. This was you raising your hand. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
This was me. Sorry.
Okay,
yeah, I just want to be like the whole time, like Fern is like watching everyone and is like holding onto the kid real close.
Mm-hmm.
And like looking down at him and patting him on the head and like handing him treats.
You handed the report to the general.
Yeah. Before we went in, I would have asked Fern to like please keep an eye on the child.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So the general has one of his men take the report. Sum it up for me, please.
So we found the Oni in a secret cave. I'll pull out a little map that I drawn. It's like it's in this section here. And reason we found him is because this child.
What? They're all kind of all the leadership guys.
Please try not to get a little too close to the child. He's still a little skittish around people.
Fern just
a human child was with the monsters.
So you wanted me to sum up my report. So what happened was they used this child as bait to trap us in this little area. Turns out...
Well, that's evil. That's vicious. Some of them are commenting, my God, how did they get a human child to do that?
Turns out, child is a shapeshifter.
They're like, what do you mean shapeshifter? What kind of shapeshifter?
Werewolf.
Don't hurt him.
Well, they're all saying a werewolf.
Apparently the child has been with this team for a long time because he was forced to work for them based on some of the magic items we found, not only on the child but the team.
So one of the adventuring leaders is, why didn't you put him down?
Because he is a child.
And the general's like, yeah, that's we're here to save lives, not take them. Oh well, you know.
Who was the one that said that?
Huh?
Which one said that?
You don't know,
To
just some adventurer guy. Yeah.
Some random adventurer.
Well, not random, but
what makes you think you could talk to us like that?
Fern.
So the general's like, no, she's right. She's right. That's not the way we do things. That's why, we're here to save lives, not take them. But how do you know he's not still a threat?
He's been with us.
So
he's taken a liking to us. We've been able to...
Me, I could touch him, I could poke him on the face. Look at this, he's a child, he's fine. I could...
We've established a bond with him.
Is that so? Well, that's something that you'll talk to the Archmage about. I'm sure that's, I'm sure that it's good that you've established this bond, but there's obviously some ramifications here. I mean, a werewolf isn't really all that. I mean, they're strong creatures, but they're not that. One of the adventuring guys is like, so what? You say a werewolf? Just a werewolf?
I mean, it was big.
What you mean big?
Like taller than Lorkris big.
That's not that. It
He's 3 feet taller than you, right?
was more than that.
No.
He was
It was like 15
12
or
feet
something
tall.
like that.
Did I say? Yeah,
12,
he was like 15 feet tall.
It was
Yeah.
like 12, 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lorkris is just gonna be like,
Oh, they're like a werewolf
Yeah.
that size? It sounds like some sort of wolf lord. Yes. So, and one of the adventuring leaders says, I wonder if they've been experimenting, if he's maybe a, like an urchin or what's the word when you don't have parents?
Orphan?
Yeah. Or an orphan from the original days. Looking at his age, he could have been a survivor from the early days of expeditions here. And the general's like, yeah, I can see that. Well, that's definitely something that we're going to be needing to discuss and factor in and figure out what to do next. Are you all right with taking charge of the child and protecting him and us from
Yes.
him while he's encamped here in Sector A?
We wouldn't have it any other way. We take
All right.
responsibility for him.
Yeah, and then of course the Archmage says, I'll make sure that I get with him. I'm curious about this one. And the general says, yes, of course. So, all right. Well, we've had to rearrange our plans a bit. We had a mission for you. We had a mission that we were planning for you. But you all have been so successful thus far. We might have to delay that for now because we're still putting the details together. At any rate, I think that there's this new wrinkle. So this child, do you feel like that you say that you bonded with it? Do you think that you can, what is your intent with the child? The Archmage says, I feel like we need to study this. If he was purposely transformed, cursed with lycanthropy from a werelord, we need to know about this. And the general's like, yes, we haven't encountered any beasts like that yet. So the Archmage says, I think I should, get with them after this meeting and do a thorough examination of the child, and maybe we need to get him back to the research facility. There's a lot to be known. So the Archmage, is this your character or is this you?
It's Fern.
Okay, the Archmage says to you, yes, Fern.
So, are these experiments going to be delaying him being cured from it?
The Archmage says, no, not at all. Just on the contrary, we would need to do some experimentation to figure out how we could free him from this curse, especially if it's something that could be passed on to others. We need to put a stop to it right away.
Okay. As long as you're not going to experiment on him and not cure him.
Oh, no. And the general says, I don't like the idea of trying to develop an army of vicious, rabid berserker dogs. So yes, don't worry. I like the men of the MGA's Soldier Association to be orderly and
Promise?
don't worry, little lady. We're here to save lives, and he is would be somebody who's was one of the original people here, so we could learn a lot from him, perhaps. Don't worry.
Considering how, I would say, considering just how like protective Fern is over it, Lorkris typically wouldn't do this. But can I insight check the general?
Yeah,
I'm doing
absolutely.
it because Fern is so.
No, sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it.
21.
He seems sincere in what he's saying. He doesn't like the idea of, you know, you kind of get the sense from what little you've interacted with him that he's the kind of person who believes in bringing out their own potential, and so he kind of sees the kid as sort of an abomination, and but on the same token, he's the people that he's here to help protect and rescue. And this would be a great success story of being able to rescue this kid. I mean, obviously you're not reading his mind, but
No, yeah.
you just get that kind of sense that that's the kind of person he is. And the Archmage, the Archmage obviously is curious, and you know him from dealing with him how curious he is. But he's you also get the sense that he's there for not just the research. But the research is meant to help the mission, which is, so.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
I'm gonna start just stare. Fern's gonna just start staring at the guy that said, "Why didn't you put him down?" She's gonna sit there and just start watching him.
Okay. It's just some random warrior guy from one of the teams. Not
she's
even one
gonna
of the
keep an
famous
eye on him.
teams. So, not one of the ranked teams.
She's giving him the stink eye.
Yeah. So, so the general says, "Well, why don't you? We're about wrapped up here, Archmage. Why don't you go with him and get started on that? We'll work on the details and get back with you all. Good job. We're going to make sure that you get bonuses for what you've done, and I'll make sure to read your report in detail. Are there any other things that you want to add before, you add to your summary before I read it tonight?"
You want to buy a pair of boots from us?
What I know if Emillynn put in the report that Rylar and Lorkris, we didn't. I will say for clarifications, we didn't defile the bodies. We just left them out as like a warning, like a acknowledgement of like, this is all you got, but like nothing in the context of like humiliating. Like that would be degrading. That's not quite Lorkris, but he'll post up the sign. Was that in the report at all?
No, I wouldn't have gotten that detailed. I would have just said that Lorkris and Rylar
Put the bodies up for display.
Yes.
Yeah.
No gory details, just the facts. Leaving
Yeah,
certain things
I mean,
out, like what happened with Rylar and the portal eye, and I would have left that stuff out. I would have told you guys too, like what is actually in the report.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Before we go, I'll let the general know that we did send a message, however, in a display of what was once their power. So the enemy will know that their team has fallen.
So you get some nodding approvals from some of the adventurers, and the general's like, "I think I see what you mean. I think that's an element of warfare for sure, psychological warfare as well. Good."
But be mindful that may spur some outrage, and there may be those that want to retaliate. That could be used to your advantage if they are not thinking clearly.
Perhaps.
Or it could drive them further back. I do not know. However, be aware that they know that team has fallen.
All right. Well,
Lorkris looks at the Oni's head. Ain't that right? Doesn't do that.
So
That's a little dark.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. So you guys finish up with the brief meeting, and they say that they'll have another meeting with you, probably tomorrow afternoon after they've had a chance to read the report and make some more discussions and stuff. It'll either be tomorrow or the next day. So bunk in and get rested, and and go help the Archmage. Examine the kid for health and stuff like that. And, the Archmage has female assistants that will be easier to help with that.
Yeah, I would have told him. It's like, he's very skittish around men. And he only knows a few words in giant.
So before you go, I would like to know, I can see here, the leader was an Oni and a Minotaur and some sort of
Chain wielding brute.
So,
fourth team member was the child.
Right. Makes sense now. Okay. How do they, obviously the poor kid looks, you've cleaned him up, but based upon all his scarring and wounding, it looks like he's been abused for some time. Wonder how they were able to keep control of him in either human or werewolf form.
Fern, do you mind taking the child?
Yeah, I got to take him out of here to show you because it's icky what he's gonna show you, okay?
Oh, and the Archmage perks up at this.
We
Rylar,
are gonna go play now.
Rylar, go with them.
Okay, I'll go with them. Nice to meet you, Mr. General Man. So Fern and Rylar go out of the tent.
Lorkris will pull out the collar.
Archmage says, so the child was wearing that?
Yes.
And he does his quick detect magic. It's a magical, a cursed item.
It's no longer attuned to the child.
You removed the curse.
I removed its connection to the child. I could not remove the child's curse nor destroy this as
well, no, the child's werewolf curse, that's a separate thing. That actually...
I tried.
Yeah. Well,
it
was a good try.
It was worth a shot.
Good effort. Yes. Yeah, but regardless, well done in nullifying the negative effects of this device. If you don't mind, I'll, once we leave here, we'll go study it as well. Out of visual range of the child, of course.
Thank you.
All right, and Gerald says, all right then, Archmage, go ahead and go take care of that, and we'll confer later. And so you all do that. Follow the Archmage to a separate tent and arrange with some of his female assistants and inside the tent and in a separate, area, and then you guys, give him the item.
I'd imagine. Yeah, I'd imagine. And before we go, Emillynn and Lorkris kind of give them a quick little rundown. This is how you say these things in Giant because he responds the most to this.
Well, I think they would stay when they try and pull away.
Fern's not leaving.
Yeah, when they try and pull away, Fern wouldn't want to leave anyway, but the kid won't let them. He basically won't respond to anybody. I mean, once he's gonna need coaching and coaxing from them, even just to let the female assistants examine the kid. But eventually, it takes quite a while, basically the rest of the afternoon, for you all to get this accomplished, and it's not an easy thing. Eventually, they get the Archmage to come in, and he's kind of freaked out by this weird elf dude. But it takes some time, but you guys are able to have him examined, and
But it gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'll break out the violin.
Oh no, yeah, you for sure. You have to use all the tricks to get this to work. And
I just imagine Fern trying to do the whole rough and tumble play thing with the Archmage. Okay, we have to play now so he knows that you're not bad, okay? but she knows it's not gonna work, but it's just a way to like trick the guy into playing with and being silly.
Much like the tree. That's funny.
Speaking of trees, poor. So Lorkris hates this mine, but poor Fern hasn't seen green in a long time. So I'm gonna sort of like we're gonna start wrapping up a little bit early tonight. I know we only just had a thing, but this seems like actually a good spot. What happens is I'll just sort of unless there's any specific role playing you guys want to do, talking to the Archmage, or there is? Okay, go ahead.
There's something that Lorkris would like to do.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Okay, at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, like before the assistants examine the child, I would have explained to the Archmage going, this collar actually goes with this lash. They work together, based on my understanding.
And of course, he casts Identify on it and says, I see what you're talking about now. Okay. They must have attuned it to him and made it for him specifically. Although I suppose it could be attuned to somebody else, but not likely.
Please destroy these as soon as you can.
Well, we're going to study them in case we run across items like that again, so we know how to deal with it effectively and free people from them. It's possible this was a one-off, but we don't know for sure. So we want to make sure that we understand everything about this.
Well, if you're not going to destroy it right away, please keep it under lock and key. We don't want anybody else to get a hold of this.
Don't worry. We'll make sure that it's taken care of. You can trust that my team has the best interest of people at heart.
Oh, I know your team does, but there are people.
Like that one guy that was saying we should have put the kid out of his misery. I have a personal vendetta against him now.
Well,
if I see him again, I want to try to trip him and tie his shoes together or something stupid like
that. The Archmage just kind of rolls his eyes and smirks a little bit, but of course, you know, you guys are all successful that day finally in examining the kid. And yeah, sure enough, you know, during their examination, using different spells and physical examination, they figure out he is a shapeshifter, especially when it's obvious when he gets irritable and, you know, does that kind of, you know, Lord of the Rings, you know, surprise face kind of thing.
And every time he does that, Fern just like growls back at him.
That works. That actually helps, but it only works from you. It doesn't. When you practiced it with other people, he just gets even angrier and pushes back. But for whatever reason, like this, I mean, those people have never been feral before, so they can't do it convincingly like you can. So.
And they can't play music as good as me to soothe him.
Yep. And but they you know, they do have food, so they can provide some great food for him. So that's going to help. And obviously, so eventually they come to the conclusion. All right. So while he's here in camp, at the very least, during this time that he's here in camp, he needs to stay with you guys. And you know, Archmage says, you know, I know the general would say this. You're going to have to take responsibility for this child. If somebody gets hurt or worse, it's going to be your responsibility. So keep that in mind. What is it, Fern?
Do you have anything?
I lost my accent. I don't know why I lost it. We're back again. It's your responsibility. So what was it, Fern?
Do you guys have anything that could like help prevent him from shapeshifting? Is that the thing? Oh.
No, I don't believe we have anything that would prevent him from shapeshifting. But I suppose I could cook up like a bracelet or an anklet or something that would you know, do calm emotions on him. That might be, I don't know, that might be I'll have to do some thinking about it. At least this evening, though, he'll just have to be under your watch.
That's fine.
We'll arrange to have you all camped in a sector, in a section of the sector A, kind of away from everybody, off the beaten path a bit.
Oh yeah.
You might not be as comfortable as you normally would like to be, so but
Oh no.
it'll be worth it. So, and I'll check in on you as well. So, I'll just tell you now. After again, this is after several hours throughout the day that you've been doing this. He says, I believe I'm. Obviously, I needed to really think about this, write my own report, and come up with a conclusion. But right now, my highest priority, I believe, is going to be to get him back to the research facility. I'm, based upon his interaction and the fact that he has bonded so well with you all, and it makes sense. There's, based upon your backgrounds and who I know you all to be as people, I don't think he could be handled like. I don't think any other adventuring group would have saved his life. They wouldn't have been able to save his life. At the best, they might have driven him off and he would have escaped. At worst, they would have had to do the initial instinct of that one guy. Please be understanding and forgiving. A lot of these adventurers have seen their friends and some loved ones, annihilated by these monsters, and so it's sometimes that can harden one's heart. I just ask that you be a little bit more understanding. That particular adventurer, he's not a bad person.
I also watched somebody that I love die at the hands of something like this before.
Well, then you understand. It can be hard. So it's our job to help people see new ways of looking at things, I suppose. But at any rate, I know I only say that to you all because most of the adventuring groups I speak to wouldn't understand it. So, moving on with this, I just wanted to let you know my recommendation to the general will probably be that. So we may be sending you back to Misty City to escort the child back to the research facility at the hospice.
Sounds like a plan. We deserve a break, a vacation.
Well, it's only possible because of how hard you've worked. And I'm sure that the general hinted at this in the meeting, but really, what you all have accomplished has been wonders. And it's really changed the whole course of the war. Obviously, we had more experienced adventurers on the team with us, but they were kind of locked in place. And also, none of them had the capability to do what you all did as far as, you really were in a unique position, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far you all will go. I have a feeling that one day we will see you all challenge Steel Dawn for their supremacy, without a doubt. At the very least, you're going to put up impressive results. I'm confident of that. Just stay true to yourselves as you have been, and don't die out there.
Well, we'll have to come back here too.
No, of course. Escorting the child back would not mean that you get to stay. I'm sure. I'm also in my report. I'm going to recommend that after you escort him back, once you can establish a way for him to stay in the research facility, we're going to need you all back for the missions. Probably that's the intent anyway, because I know that we're wanting to, the general is trying to coordinate a way to push the monsters back across the bridge, through the secondary door, across the bridge, back through the primary door. If we can stop them at the bridge and keep them from getting across, then we will basically, it'll be more than a foothold in the Goldothian mines. We'll have full control over them. and then the monsters will have as much of a problem getting over here as we have getting over there, because of the mountains and the deadwood forest and the chasm, the underground chasm. So, you were going to ask me a question, Fern?
Oh no, I was just going to tell you that the cave told me about how there is supposed to be like there's supposed to be like there's like a portal or something, and that is what's oozing out this like super terrible like fog that's like making nothing grow here and stuff. So
wait, I'm confused, Fern. What do you mean that the cave told you this?
Well, I had a dream.
This happened while you were on this last mission?
It was since we've been here. I don't know if it was both this last mission or the mission before or
Add a
something.
character. It was this last
but
mission, yeah.
all of the days are blending together, you know. But we are gonna need to be able to like close a portal.
So you're saying that you've had some sort of vision that the source of these monstrous incursions is a literal portal?
This fog that's coming out.
She's referring to the miasma.
And so what, the portal was only large enough to allow the miasma to pour through? Add a
don't
character, the portal was like huge. Easily, monsters could easily come through it. And you saw monsters on the other side in the wasteland on the other side. And monsters milling about near it. So more than likely
So yeah, it was big enough for all the monsters to come through, and I could see monsters on the other side, and everything looked dead and everything. And so definitely need to know how to close a portal. I don't know how to do that.
Did your vision show you where this portal is?
In a really, 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 really big cave.
That
doesn't help, I know.
So do you know how to get to it? Is a better question?
No, we do not. There are still areas of these mines that haven't been explored
Oh, yes.
for secret tunnels, caves, things like that. So,
Well, my concern is that the portal is on the other side of the bridge. More than likely that would be the case. So the thing is though, if we can get control of the bridge, then it will be nigh impossible for the monstrous hordes to make it through, but it would also mean they would gradually over time build up their forces. I just wonder where this portal goes to. What sort of world spills out a miasma, a wasteland creating miasma that's filled with monsters?
who knows? Why we have to find it.
Well, I'll do some research since you brought this up, Fern. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm going to do some research on exactly how to shut down some type of permanent world spatial portals. It's obviously some sort of gate. And you're saying you only saw it in a vision. You didn't visualize it in person. You didn't see this.
No,
Okay.
it was a vision though.
How do you know it wasn't just a dream?
Because
Okay. Well, I'm going to trust that what you're saying
I
is
trust her
true.
feeling.
All right.
I'm gonna just tell you right now, I am a druid. So I'm very, very in tune to these like earth things like that, you know?
Well, I know that you're.
And the earth talks to me and stuff, okay? And plus I have Chonkapillar.
All right. Well,
So
I'm going to take your word for it then. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So,
I don't understand visions either though. But I do know that it is a real thing.
very good. Very well. All right then. Well, thank you very much. So you all leave that evening and go camp by yourselves, and they bring you some mess hall food. It's nice hot food instead of trail rations, and the kid loves it, and you guys love it. It's nice to have good hot food.
Yeah, I would have asked him, like, can you bring like thirds and fourths for the child?
Extra.
Yeah. Well,
We
yeah.
need him nice and fat to sleep all through the night.
Yeah, the next day, late in the afternoon, after there's been a lot of stuff going on, eventually, sure enough, they tell you that it's going to take some time to put together their plan to drive the monsters back across the bridge, and that they're going to need your help with this mission. But they do understand the importance of, in case there are more, shape-changing werewolf people like this kid, then they understand the importance of it, and that since the kid, they don't really trust the kid with anybody else, they need you all to go back, try and get back as quickly as possible, because you're going to have to take some time. They may end up, they tell you, that basically during the meeting, they let you know up front, the Archmage lets you know up front, they're probably going to use some charm style magic to help get closer to the kid, to be able to, so that they have to, protect. But they're going to do their best to give him a comfy place while they figure out how and if they can cure him. And then, but they need you, once you have, been able to get to a place, you need to do that as quickly as possible and get back, because, basically they are telling you take a couple of weeks to get this done,
It won't.
Yeah, but he says, but don't worry, because you bought us a lot of time with the success, with what you did by taking out the leadership. That was a big one. But then also finding these secret tunnels. Now that they know what to look for and can backtrace them, they're going to be sending some of their best rogue teams and invisible mage teams, some of their best scouts, rangers who know how to obfuscate not only their not only hide, but they're also good at obfuscating their scent, so that the monsters don't necessarily don't hunt. But so they say take it. Well, if I remember correctly, it takes like 5 days travel to get from there to here. Right? So they want you to take 3 weeks. Take a week to get back, a week to help the kid acclimate to the research facility, and then a week to get back. And they're pretty confident that with that timeline, they can come up with a plan that's going to basically shut off an entire sector of the mine in such a way that they can say that they've been successful in this campaign, have control of the mines, and go from there. So
Sounds like a plan. Yes, Fern?
I do have a DM question,
yes, ma'am.
which we could talk about when we're off.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So it's not okay. All right. Well, is there any other thing to? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. It would be either the last thing that we did that night, or possibly. I mean, I imagine we're probably gonna be heading out starting next episode.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be. It'll be travel, and then back. Yeah.
So at the end of this night, Lorkris is gonna snag Fern, see if he can get Fern away from the child for a moment.
We were playing.
I have something I would like your help with.
Okay.
I
Here, child. Here is Stick. I named him Stick. Here we go.
The kid's name is Stick.
It is now.
Fern and Stick.
Okay.
or rock. I don't know. Just throwing things out there.
No, stick works because you did kill the ogre with the stick.
With a stick.
I'm like playing my violin.
I don't know. I think you all should have a camp meeting on what to name him. I think stick is cute. It's not that like I think you guys can come up.
We'll talk about it, but I'm just like calling him whatever pops in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy.
Child, boy, stick.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I think I might be able to talk to Weejas on my own accord.
Okay.
However, I don't know if this will work, but I need someone to help in case it goes sideways.
Okay.
Not every time I admit, but I often speak with Weejas in those moments between life and death. I believe I can create such a circumstance without actually harming myself.
You promise.
That's what you're for.
I'm scared. I've already my heart is already really hurt with everything, so
It's reminiscent of a burial rite. Shouldn't last for long.
okay.
Do you trust me?
Yeah?
I don't even know if this will work or not.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to cast Feign Death on myself.
Feign death on yourself?
Mm-hmm. So it's an hour duration.
Are you gonna at least tell her what you're gonna do before you do it, so she doesn't freak out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I explain what's about to happen. Like, I'm gonna put myself in a state that seems like I'm dead, but I'm not. So, Lorkris is trying to mimic the environment in which, Weejas has taunted him.
Okay.
He wants to know if she knows anything about this guy, man. Lorkris is silently ducking. Inside, he's existential crisis. And he's like, I need to talk to someone that knows more than I do.
Okay.
And he's going to try. Whether or not Feign Death will even work in this context, because it's a willing creature. Technically, I'm a willing creature. But this is DM discretion, but this is Lorkris attempting what he feels is the most appropriate.
All right, so describe to me how you set this up with Fern watching over you and you doing it. Are you going to just lay down in your knapsack and
Oh no, Lorkris is gonna do kind of very much what he would do for any burial rite.
Okay.
He would, not to say make a circle or something, but he would definitely do an adornment, draw symbols of Melora, kind of very much a ritualistic kind of ambiance.
Okay.
And cast Feign Death.
Are you just gonna stand there and cast Feign Death on yourself? So you go.
No, I'm gonna lay down. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, he's.
Is this gonna be another jump into the water in my full armor moment?
Yes.
Are you doing this anywhere near myself and Rylar?
I mean,
and everything.
I'd imagine you guys would ask. Yeah, but he's kind of just one-track minded at the moment. He's like, I have a thought, and you must try it. And
Because if we see you building these things, I'm sure myself and Rylar be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Rylar's
And then while he's focusing, Fern would tell you guys, be like, okay, apparently he has a thing that he can do possibly to try to talk to Weejas, but I just find it really funny that he is drawing symbols of Melora to try to talk to Weejas, so, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
which is true, but it's a burial rite, and that's what he knows. He's doing what he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, Lorkris will kind of kind of get comfy in the middle of this and try to send off. See what happens.
All right, so you guys witness him cast a death spell on himself. And he just looks like he peacefully stops breathing. And of course, it kind of gets Fern a little freaked out because it definitely looks like he's straight up dead. And Lorkris, it feels like you are fell asleep and are in a dream. But what you dream is you're lying there and you've kind of drifted off, and then you just suddenly snap awake. You're still laying there in the same spot, but nobody else is there, and the beautiful raven-haired woman is leaning over you, looking down at you from above, and she's got this curious look on her face, and she's like, "What sort of silly games are you playing, young one?"
Very much out of Lorkris's character. He's like, this worked. Like he's 100% like, wait. An idea I had worked. And he's like completely like, Fern or Emillynn or Rylar would not like recognize the like giddy look on his face. He's like,
well, especially since he's technically dead right now, right? He looks dead, and there is no expression on your face. It's inside your dream.
Yeah, but it would not recognize how excited Lorkris is.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Strange.
It would be a unique kind of, if they were seeing it, it would be a unique kind of look
Yes.
that they, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like he actually smiles.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I fight the urge as a player to go, well, hello there. That's because that's not what he would say. He'd be like, I have a question.
She says,
you would indulge.
indulge. That's a fascinating word. He kind of stands up straight, and you feel yourself just kind of naturally sit up and turn around and look at her. Still looking up at her because you sat up. You're kind of cross-legged, looking up at her. Of course, not that much as tall as you are. You're almost like face height with her, but still kind of looking up. And indulge. Indulge. Well, aren't you a greedy little one? Aren't you indulging?
I had a question, and I seem most often to get responses when I'm in harm's way.
Oh, you have my curiosity. You can bet that this little gambit won't work again, but I'm here for you now, in whatever capacity you may believe.
That is fair. I did not expect this to work nonetheless. Are you privy to what my comrades and I witnessed in that room?
I'm privy to all that you might experience on your journey right now. Aren't I?
So, so I take it you saw that bloody eye.
Did I? What do you think?
I feel you may be aware of what it may be. I know it is not of this plane of existence. It is reminiscent of the stories.
Well, it seems you already have your answers then. What did you need to speak to me about?
the striking coincidence that what may be my companion's deity appears to be a similar symbol of what we face.
Is that so? It's a coincidence?
That is what I'm sure of. I do not think it is a coincidence. However, from what I know,
Sorry.
from what I know of my mentor from his journal, that this cult started from Melora.
Oh, is
Could
that
be
so?
wrong. I am prepared to understand that that would be incorrect. So it could appear a coincidence, but I think it is far less.
He just twists her head and looks at you. Smiles.
So it is a great old one, is it not?
Is that what you believe?
What else could it be?
Well, with such a bold statement, then it seems to me that you have your answers and didn't need me to indulge your fancies.
Though I know I experienced that vision, if you will. I don't even know if it was a vision or not. I had doubts. I wasn't sure if that even transpired or not, but this was far more helpful than I anticipated. And I thank you.
So, indulgence is done already?
Unless you would like to share more.
Well, it's up to you if you have interesting questions.
I did not anticipate more than what I originally came for.
Who says what I'm offering is more than what you came for?
What would Lorkris really want to ask right now? Did not expect there to be more.
Can't help you.
I know. Oh.
I have things.
This is great. Last time we spoke, I mentioned that. No, wait. What was it? It was that. I'm kind of pulling back kind of into player, trying to remember the scenario. Made a reference or a comment that it was all for her. And I know as a player I intentionally left that phrase ambiguous in that context of I wanted that answer to be what I wanted it to be and not a clear answer. So I guess I'd imagine Lorkris would ask, oh God, how do I want to phrase this?
Tick tock, tick tock.
I know. I was not prepared for any of this questioning. I know it's my own doing.
It's okay.
Oh goodness. How would I phrase this? I feel like Lorkris would want to know if Okay. I know when you asked if I would be her champion all those moons ago, and I said yes. Were you referring to Melora? Or were you referring to Fern? I know the answer that I think I want it to be, but I would wonder if there was a clear direction.
If you already have a desire in mind, then what difference does it make?
Doubt.
Doubt is
I don't want to doubt myself, and I feel that I do.
I'm indulging you here in this moment, and you are having doubts?
Not.
It seems to me that the only person that can help you with your doubts is you.
I will, I guess, rephrase. I doubt that I am actually no longer connected to Melora. I feel that her champion is in reference to Melora that I see in Fern. I feel myself someone who has broken an oath. However, I doubt that is the case.
And how do you feel about that?
I have lately been very drawn to you. You have actively connected with me as of late. Yet I
Is that
still
so?
carry power.
You're the one who keeps showing up on my doorstep.
You spoke to me first, though, did you not?
Did I?
How else have I been able to manifest things that are not quite that of Melora?
It seems something to ponder and something to experience. I can only tell you this, that this doubt that you let live inside of you is a function of your own imagination, which you have control of.
I've spent so long feeling conflicted. And lately I do not.
Does that mean you're on the path that you want to be on?
I feel I am on the path that is correct.
Well, again, you have your own answers.
I guess I just maybe needed some reassurance.
And did you provide it?
I believe so.
Well then, I intend that the next time you visit me, it's a long time from now. But if you do pop in from time to time, I won't mind. Good luck in your travels. And then you wake up. And he suddenly starts breathing again.
Fern's holding her stick, ready to cast at any time because she doesn't remember how long he said that it was supposed to last for.
It didn't
And
last
she's
long
just
at all.
standing over-
It seemed like a long time for him, but it really was only... well, what is the duration of the spell?
An hour.
Oh, you would have told her that an hour. But since you can, I don't know, I guess you cast on yourself. I would think that you can come out of it when you want to, so.
Yeah. I would imagine that not to say that dismissal, and I know dismissal sounds more harsh, but the ending of that would pull me out of it because it's ending that effect.
Yeah, I know what you meant by
earlier,
dismissal,
so-
like a dismissal of a spell. It's
Yeah.
So, I was like, what? Well, I didn't see goo come out of his chest. Or Melora pop out, or anything.
He went to go talk to Ouijas.
Oh,
That's
right.
why he had to try to pretend to be dead.
Oh, well, you sure were convincing, Boss Lorkris.
I did not think that would work.
It worked.
It did?
Yeah.
Did you get the answers you were looking for?
Yes.
Did you ask if she was upset that some crazy creature popped out of Rylar's chest and took him away from her?
No.
Oh, you should have, because he died. She likes dead things. He was like dead.
Was he though?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We want.
It's a lot to process.
How green is his eyes?
That's a good question.
No,
they green
as
now?
green as they were last time. Nothing new.
They are the same green.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
a great wrap up. So, you all decide to just during this whole thing, you're all having this conversation. The kid's already asleep because you fattened him up with lots of food. You did this late, I would assume, and now you all time to get some rest and time for us to get some rest too. And I remember you had a DM question, so we won't forget that. But for all of you folks out there, my goodness, thank you all so much for sticking around so late and so long. And yeah, it's been awesome having you all tonight. Lots of role playing, lots of story, and the group is going to make their way back to the Misty City next week.
Get to go see Jocko
for a bit.
I'm so excited to go talk to Jocko again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right.
I'm sure Fern's excited to finally see green again.
Yes, and
Oh my
Lorkris is
gosh,
excited to
yeah.
get out of the
Just-
damn mine.
It does not matter. It's just out of these minds.
Yeah.
Whether it be
And what was that, Druid? I'm sorry.
Oh, Fern is so ready to get out and hug a tree.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yes.
So ready.
Okay.
So ready.
So ready. All right, ready for next week already.
Oh yeah. Ready.
Yes.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.